Hey, yo, yo.
Back hero.
Yo, check it. This my special attack, 100 swords, 100 episodes, and here's to 100 more. Who got next? Place your change on the cabinet. Air Combo University graduates juggle my enemies before tagging in the Masters hero. Pros in action, toe tagging champions getting active. The message will always get near you. Return to the dream team, Spider-Man and Strider hear you. When the mask is on, I can't promise Cyclops to keep his glasses on. The handshake was potent. The inner glow shown as a mega optic blast, trailing behind the Shinku Hadouken. How you gon' dodge both of them? Blast you down to the last atom. Best regards from the proton cannon you couldn't fathom. If you were raised on gaming and put a controller up, I'm old enough to study the meta before I bless you. We understood space in the dash clean. Now we need the Justin Wong poster right next to the pro athletes. Final justice like a primary lotus from out the sky. Stars and stripes reminding you racism is still alive. Bring a plasma sword to a gunfight. Hayato, bring a hurricane kick. Tatsumaki Sentakyu. One time for all my otakus who played the console till their eyes closing. Probably forgot to study for their finals. Welcome to the Swordcast. Swordcast. My wordplay, my sword play when blades clash. Welcome to the Swordcast. Swordcast. My wordplay, my sword play when blades clash. Welcome to the Swordcast. Swordcast. My wordplay, my sword play when blades clash.
Basic moveset in fighting game history, like his,
Bro.
like as just easy stuff.
Punches look like
Bro,
a
he
little,
do that one-
like
he
a
do-
chop hand.
Bro,
like
he
a-
do that one kick where he like literally flips upside down.
Right? Yes, bro. That's
Yeah.
that America upside down kick,
Yes.
nigga.
Yes.
Because freedom, nigga.
That's his,
Justice.
That's like his standing roundhouse, right?
Right, yes, yeah, yeah,
He just
yeah.
And then
like,
he do
fuck it, upside
clean,
down.
Right.
super standing roundhouse.
Bro, this nigga got
Wow.
the cleanest reverse back fist in the history of fighting
And
games.
his fists are so tight.
Right,
like
like full rotation, bro. That nigga
he's
Guile.
putting his dukes up.
Right, that nigga is fighting for his freedom
I
and
love
probably also for Donald Trump.
Don't say that.
I ain't military.
like
that nigga got an American flag
he
tattoo
does-
on
he
his
does.
on
Yeah,
both
he
biceps,
He
bro.
does,
Yeah.
but Gao strikes me as the guy who's like naive about
About like he's just a soldier.
Yeah,
He's just
like
a
he
tool.
just a
Following
tool,
orders.
bro. You know what I'm saying? And then
Yeah.
like when he find out about politicians being wrong, he's like
He's like hurt.
He's gonna be
Yeah.
devastated.
Right.
devastated. He don't strike me as like Paul Phoenix strikes me as a manga cat. A
Bro.
manga cat.
For sure, dog.
Like Paul strikes me as a manga cat.
I fuck with Paul too in terms of like the actual
Yeah.
tech.
No, me too.
Yeah.
But he strikes me as a manga cat. Who else? Let's come up with a there's a
MAGA-
list for sure. of
MAGA
MAGA
fighting
fighters.
game characters. for sure, Paul Phoenix. I mean, let's think about what game. Like every game, especially Japanese games, has that one prototypical American ass character.
Yeah,
blonde
for
white
sure.
man.
Right, that nigga, bro, Captain. They hit you with the American stereotype so hard for Captain America or Captain Commando
Oh
that his
my
literal
goodness.
taunt in Marvel vs. Capcom 2 was all of a sudden a country guitar appeared out of nowhere and he just strums that. That's his taunt, bro. He puts on a cowboy hat.
Oh shit.
They really,
America, what Western civilization?
Captain Commando, bro.
Cowboys and banjos.
I told you there's a Captain Commando manga floating around out there somewhere. I gotta get it.
Wow.
I like Captain Commando. He just seems like
His gear is sweet.
Captain Fire.
he got Captain Fire. He got Captain Falcon energy, man.
Bro.
Falcon.
Who got more energy of youth? Captain Falcon, Captain Commando, or Mike Guy?
Oh man, they definitely all three like would be annoying to have to train under because
Right.
You said Captain Command. What was the middle one?
Captain Falcon.
Captain. Ooh.
yeah, that's a lot.
I kind of want to give it to Mike.
Mike,
That's a
bro,
lot.
yeah.
Like,
Mike Guy, dog.
That dude,
I mean, his literal like catchphrase is what is it like? Embrace the energy of youth,
dog.
or something like that.
That dude, my
that's
guy.
perfect.
Maia Tugairo.
Embrace the energy of youth.
Ready, dog?
Oh yeah, I actually have. I started recording like
What?
only like 3 minutes ago, just
my
because we were
goodness.
laughing and saying some
I
funny stuff.
literally had no idea we were recording. Boom. Welcome to the Swordcast. We have
Yo,
a very special guest.
hey, bro.
You guys know how I am about handing out respect to MCs
Yeah, and also producers.
and producers. I mean, I'm talking about one of my favorite rappers, one of the best rappers ever from the city of Detroit, one of the best producers ever from the city of Detroit. No
question.
lie, this guy is an incredible artist. We got the man Doc Illingsworth.
Hold on, wait. You gotta put the proper respect on this
My
nigga's
bad.
name.
Oh shit!
The Reverend Doctor.
I knew he was gonna do that.
The Reverend Doctor. I'm not gonna use your. I usually use your government. I'm not gonna use the government. The Reverend Doctor, first name Illingsworth, bro. The Honorable Reverend Doctor. Look, bro. I talk a lot of shit, and I am confident about my music. But I'm telling you, he hates when I say this. But I literally, when I first started making beats at a level where I was like trying to do it for real, it was probably 2009, 2010. Doc Illingsworth, KT, and Invincible. If you know, you know. Detroit MC.
Invincible.
Were like the only three people who when I reached out to ask
Held you
questions,
down, yeah.
really come here, nigga, sit down.
Right.
Let me show you how to do this shit. I tell people that I graduated from the Doc Illingsworth School of Beat Making. This nigga is really for real the GOAT, like for real.
And
It's a pleasure to have him on the pod.
it is, and even as and that's the producer side, right? But I feel like
Oh, I forgot. Also, this nigga is one of the illest rappers ever.
and I feel like people,
Get out of here, man.
I feel like a lot of people, especially around here, we celebrate him as a producer, but this guy is an amazing MC as well. So shout out to Doc Illingsworth. Welcome
Wow.
to the Swordcast, my guy.
I'm honored first and foremost. Secondly, man, y'all wildin'.
No, man.
Third though, man, thank you for one, but
Yes, sir.
I'm incredibly proud of both of you all, man. Just
Thank you,
as
man.
men, as musicians, as somebody who, we kind of came up
We did.
all during the same kind of
Yeah.
era, man. So it's like very dope to see, people still figuring it out, people still creating. And I'm just honored to be here, man. Thank y'all for having me.
Oh,
Of course, man.
Thank you. man.
Absolutely. Also, bro, I mean, so outside of the music talent, this nigga is genuinely one of the funniest people I've
Oh
ever
my goodness.
met.
Hilarious. You guys have to follow, and when we're done, you guys gotta make sure you follow him on Instagram.
Yeah.
Impressions, characters, through
Bro.
amazing.
There was one. This is a
thank
deep
you.
cut. You might not even remember this. There was one skit that you did on Instagram where you were impersonating Grand Theft Auto, and you did. It's just subtle. It's the subtle detail. He did this thing at the end of the skit where he started walking kind of sideways and in a school, because you know how you control the character.
Yeah.
This nigga was bro, that's perfect. That's exactly how that shit looked. You know.
No, I don't remember that, bro.
But you know,
I don't remember.
you know that you would have added that flair,
Yeah,
because
for sure. They move in a special way.
Right.
you must exhibit that
Oh man, I love
properly.
it. Some quick novelist lore here. You guys all know that one of my more popular songs is 5 AM in Shibuya, which is from the Cerebral Apex album. Now, a lot of people don't know, I wrote that song in Japan, literally wrote it in Japan at 5 AM. That's why it's called 5 AM in Shibuya. But the beat that I originally wrote that song to was a beat called Goose Howard that Doc Illingsworth here produced. That is the beat that I was writing to in my headphones at the time. I couldn't get the beat from him. He had a label situation going on, so I ended up using the beat that. But if you guys get a chance, look this beat up. Goose Howard, Doc Illingsworth, crazy. But yeah, man, let's
hold on. I got one. This is not a Doc lore necessarily.
Okay.
But well, I mean, kind of Doc and I are not only music friends, but real life friends. He used to invite us over to to do game nights.
Yeah, you been to the crib, bro.
Bro, the game nights, nigga. It would be like the whole Detroit City crew would usually be there, and some other friends.
Shout out to there's some good stuff here. Shout out to Detroit City, man.
Yeah,
Rufio,
good
Sean,
guys.
Rufio.
Rufio Jones, Sean Uppercut.
Yeah,
just
all amazing MCs.
Amazing MCs, hilarious.
Bro,
You
so
guys,
funny, dog.
My group, Clear Soul Forces, we all came up in the same,
Yes, sir.
in the same circuit, man. And
It was Detroit City, Clear Soul Forces, and
Coleman
Young, and then Fresh Air was there for a
Fresh Air
minute too.
was there for a minute too.
Yeah, don't forget them.
Yeah, man. So shout out to all the groups that came up in Detroit, man, around that time. Just
That's
always,
a fun time, man.
it was a fun time.
Yeah.
Good energy, man. Like lots of talent, but everybody, overall we were all good to each other, man.
For sure.
Everybody was pretty cool.
Shout out to my guys, Chris Orrick, formerly known as Red Pill,
Yeah,
and
man.
Doss the Artist. That was who I was rolling with at the time.
Yeah, a lot of so much good, talented people, man.
Yes, I was about to say something about that was funny, but I can't remember what it was. But I'm sure this whole thing is about to be hilarious. So,
All right, man. Real quick, shout out to the homie Handsome Bane, Eric, my guy over at the WrestleCast Power Hour, my favorite wrestling podcast. He sent us a package. I was out of town when he sent it, so it got put up, and I forgot about it.
we have a group chat, and I be feeling bad for Eric sometimes because this nigga has politely asked us about this like 100 times over the course of like 3 or 4 weeks.
Oh my goodness!
And I just be throwing novelists under the bus every time. I'm like, bro, you didn't send it to me. That nigga got it. I don't know.
Anything involving any type of socialness, I don't know. But anyway, we have the package here. I ripped the tape off and then I said, you know what? Let's open it on the podcast. So I don't even know what's in it.
All right, boom.
Let's open it up.
Let's do it.
Mystery. Tis a mystery.
What you got?
Okay. Let's see.
What do we got
Of
here?
a plume of white dust just comes out.
Anthrax!
Like we are
All right, so we've got a letter here.
Okay. Have a
handwritten.
letter. This is actually beautiful cursive.
Right.
Dearest brothers, I pray this package finds you well. I came by these items rather fortuitously
Off top, Doc.
and immediately thought of the two of you.
Fucking hell yeah.
And
dog.
immediately the two of you came to
Catamaran.
mind. I trust you'll not. Listen. I trust you'll not squabble over its contents, but rather make content that makes everyone content. This is bars.
I'm
Yeah.
Wait a
obviously
minute. Wait a
keeping
minute.
this.
Wait a minute.
Yes, yes.
These are bars. I trust you will not squabble over its contents, but it rather make content that makes everyone content.
Hey.
Triple entendre by Handsome Bane here.
Bars.
Let's go.
Oh dear. I've overindulged. I support your every endeavor. Oh man, love Eric. We love you, man. This is fantastic.
Yeah, that was dope.
Triple entendre there as well.
I'm obviously keeping the Ben Cisco,
Ben Cisco.
action
Of
figure.
course.
You betrayed your uniform.
You betrayed your uniform.
Oh shit.
Dog, that nigga be getting angry. So
Yeah.
here's the crazy
What else
part.
we got in there?
This is what he meant.
Wow.
Got a young wax patch.
Cards.
Oh, wait a minute. Oh,
Wait
dog,
a-
it's all kind of cards in here.
Oh, let me see some of those
So
cards.
you got some Star Wars, some Star Trek cards.
Ooh, we got some 90s Fleer basketball cards.
Yeah.
Young wax patch.
Wow.
Bro, okay, so now we also, I'm gonna hand these to you, Doc, in a
We got
second.
some Star Trek cards.
So these cards right here, these are 90s era like Marvel cards.
Wow.
This is like but this is before the era of like, the internet and
Lonzo
all of that,
Mourning.
Wikipedia. It was like through the combination of this and the comic, because I
Oh,
wasn't a
these
big
Star-
comic book collector at the time,
These
but
Star Trek
this is how I
cards, man.
learned about like Marvel. This is how I learned about
I told you I used to have me and my brother had a binder full of Marvel cards.
Yeah, this is This is how you got to get your ammo for your arguments back
bro.
in the
Look
day.
at
Hey,
this. And they
need that.
Let's go.
Tim Hardaway.
Tim Hardaway.
Let's go.
It's all kind of fucking Benjamin Sisko shit in here.
Oh,
yeah, it's some
man.
Star Trek cards.
Oh, it's a lot of Star Trek cards in here. Yo, shout out to Eric, man.
Hold on, there's one more.
I got to see what's on the back.
It's a whole like.
Oh, there's some
That's my guy.
there's some gorgeous
I thought this was full of cards. It's literally just tape.
Oh, I need so the I know the tape is for me for my jujitsu purposes.
And there's a name of
my
a
joints.
physical therapist in here as well.
That is awesome. Oh, these Marvel cards are sick. You got to look at these.
Bro, huge thanks to the big bro, Eric Greenlee, Handsome Bane.
Thor
Also,
card
shout out to your
there.
big brother Aaron as well, because I imagine that some of these might have been his as well. So
He's got the Eric Masterson.
Oh,
Thor
hey,
card.
let's go.
It was on top.
That's
Let's
fire.
go. Oh yeah, this is.
R.I.P. Eric Masterson.
I also he donated his older brother donated a bunch of comics to the Swordcast family as well.
Sure did.
Did we went through those on the show, didn't we?
We did. Yeah, there
okay.
was some heat in there too.
Yeah.
Is this Mirror Universe Spock with the goat?
With the goatee, let's go, dog.
Oh no way! Is this Shatterstar?
Bro, Shatterstar with the all silver
Hey,
fit.
let's go. You already know Shatterstar.
Yep.
We did the. It's got the stats on the back too. Love it.
This one does too.
Yeah, this is how I learned
these
about
are the good. Yeah, these
Bro,
are. Dope,
this is
man.
like how I started accumulating my Marvel knowledge because Edmund's
Yes,
older brother had a
sir.
bunch of these too. Shout out to Rob.
Oh, I love this. I need these. I need the Shatterstar one for sure.
Yeah.
That's
We'll
incredible.
figure out how to divvy these up. And,
Amazing.
yeah.
Eric, you the real MVP. One more time for these bars here. I trust you'll not squabble over its contents, but rather make content that makes everyone content.
Boy.
Triple entendre by the homie
Excellent.
Eric Greenlee, aka Handsome Bane. Hey man, I need you to. I'm gonna send you this letter in case you don't remember what it says, and I need you to read it on the WrestleCast Power Hour in Hulk Hogan's voice.
I get the feeling he was channeling his Benjamin Sisko impression when he wrote that.
You think so?
I think so. I think so.
Love it. That was amazing.
Yeah, man. Appreciate you, bro.
You're the man, Eric. Thank you. Hey man, all right, let's go real quick. Let's start with Doc, man. What are you into currently, my friend?
Oh man, what am I into? In what realm are we talking?
In general, you might have to get a little bit closer
Oh
to the mic
shit.
too.
And
Shit, what am I into, bro? That's a good question. I've been working a lot, bro. So it's kind of been different. But
capitalism,
these shows just went off, so I can't necessarily say I've been into them. But I was watching them, weekly as things were dropping. But the Rings of Power joint,
Fuck yeah, dog.
and,
yes,
House of the
we
Dragon.
broke.
House of the Dragon,
Yeah.
doggy.
we did.
Are
We
you-
broke both those down. On
Are you a Game of Thrones ass nigga?
Yes and no.
Okay.
Have
Have you read the books?
No,
Johnson.
I haven't. Sadly, because I fuck with reading.
Word.
And that reading the Game of Thrones books is not a thing that I wouldn't do.
Yeah.
But I have not done that. But I say yes and no just because I was one of those people who basically watched the first series as it was coming out for the most part, and those last two seasons got kind of butt. Like as far as like the thing that I think about often is Game of Thrones was legitimately like an untouchable cultural phenomenon.
Sure.
The way it like hit people
Sure,
and attached, and they squandered all of that goodwill in the span of like 1.5 seasons.
Yeah.
To the point where like
Is that what happened with like the final season? Because I'm not.
Yeah, bro.
I'm not I haven't seen Game of Thrones.
Yeah.
I do plan on taking the adventure here, but
So the way that I would sum it up, and so I have a little bit of a different perspective
okay.
as Doc, because I was a hater. I was not into Game of Thrones at all. I saw one episode, and I just I have this thing where I'm not into magic, and I assumed incorrectly
he hates
that,
magic.
that that's what this was about.
Right. Now there is magic in the universe, but it's not necessarily the focus.
Yeah, it
point.
doesn't center itself in magic the same way that like Lord of the Rings does, for example.
Lord of the Rings.
So I hated on it. I was one of those people. I was one of those assholes that was like, "Hey, I'm one of the guys that doesn't watch Lord of the Rings. Look at how special I am. What a fucking loser."
I mean, you know what?
Were you posting
the
the
way
Homer
I felt
Simpson
after that
meme?
last season? I was like, you know what? People that did that might have did the right thing.
So, but what I did do, I did come back to it between season 7 and 8. I like said, all right, it's too many people that I really fuck with that swear by this show.
Right.
So I watched the first season. I was like, okay, I'm tripping. This shit fire. This shit is amazing. And so I binged. We didn't binge anything. I watched it from like start to finish in essentially like the span of like a month.
Woo!
So I just snorted it like just straight like pure uncut. So I didn't have the same visceral reaction to season 7 and 8 that everyone else did because I didn't have to wait 2 years for it.
Right.
But I just recently watched it again, fully all the way through, in anticipation for House of the Dragon, and it is pretty clear that the quality drops.
Yes.
In season 7 and 8.
Absolutely.
And I actually don't disagree with many of the decisions that were made. I thought many of the decisions were fine, but they rushed to the finish line in a way that was really, really frustrating.
I feel very similarly about that because I was thinking about, you know, what good could I say about it as you know we're talking about this, and I would say that the decision making I don't necessarily have a problem with. The execution,
yeah.
Ooh wee.
It needed like it really needed like another season to like really, if you're gonna land that way, you needed another season's worth of episodes to flush it out.
And didn't they like truncate the last 2 seasons as far as like they had less episodes?
Yeah.
than the whole previous.
Yeah,
It's
I
like-
think season 7 was 8 episodes and season 8 was 6 episodes. So it was.
Yeah, it's like,
But so how'd you like House of the Dragon though?
You know what? I fuck with it overall.
Mm-hmm.
I guess one of the things that came up recently, because like one of my friends who doesn't or didn't really watch any Game of Thrones stuff sent me a clip that they saw on Twitter of the scene where it's one of the Valerian dudes. It's when they're at court and and my man like
Damon was talking crazy.
Yeah,
about
my man says it right out in front of the court, like he's a bastard, you're a whore.
Yeah.
And like, you know, she had not seen any of this series, so she sent me that. She's like, "What the hell is this show?" You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And it triggered me to like remember something or think of something as far as from that show. Is like, damn, like a lot of black people getting fucked up on this show. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah. You damn dog. Fuck.
like that, like I'm enjoying the show. Like, you know, it's good and salacious, and they got, you know, the different little plot lines, people backstabbing,
Yeah.
Game of Thrones shit. But it's like, damn, these black people are getting fucked up.
Yeah, that nigga got his head not even fully cut off, like
Dog.
mostly cut off in the worst way possible.
And it was so like that scene in particular felt so cartoonish when he did that because, you know, the way they shot it, the way they framed it, where it's like his tongue was still intact, he can keep his tongue. Like, bitch, you knew you was gonna cut him that well and that accurately that his fucking whole tongue was gonna be intact,
Right.
so you could drop that little quip. Like, what if you were like an inch off and fucked that up? You would have just had to come up with another
Right.
quip on the spot and shit.
Damn, I wasted my one-liner.
Like, I don't know if my man Damon's improv skills were that tight where he could have been able to pivot like that. He's lucky for his accuracy with the sword.
So, in the show's defense, for every one scene like that, there's 2 scenes where fucking Daemon Targaryen literally fights an entire army by himself. This nigga. So the context was, he was trying to. There's a lot, but the general context is that he was trying to do this thing on his own, and his brother kept trying to help him. And he wanted to get the credit for it on his own, and he was so petty and so unwilling to accept help that he was literally like, "Bro, I'd rather fight this whole army by myself than accept help from you."
Oh.
And he literally does and wins.
Yeah. He took a dub, dog.
Right. That nigga ran into their crib, killed all of the niggas at the front door and the ones in the house.
Teaching the kids if you need help, be stubborn.
Right.
And
Fuck
don't-
it.
You don't need
Self-sufficiency.
Right. If you need help, run into a cave headlong with a sword.
They didn't even show him kill the main nigga. It was like, yeah, he got him.
No, yeah, and he just came out dragging the top half of his body.
Right. He got him,
my
dog.
gosh.
Like, you don't even need to see that. He
Yeah, no,
got him.
he cut that nigga in two. he bested, to borrow a George R. Martin phrase, he bested that nigga in single combat. God damn it.
Bested. Bested sounds worse than beat.
Yeah.
Yeah, for
It
sure.
is, 'cause it is.
You're right.
Why does
I
it-
was the best than you. God damn it.
I was the best than you. Oh,
All right,
man.
real quick, Doc. Give me your top 3 fighters in all of Westeros and all of Game of Thrones.
Shit.
Top 3 fighters.
Shit.
I'm
Damn.
judging you because there is a
I don't know if
clear.
I've thought about this though, bro.
There's a clear
man,
number
you
1
put
and
me on
2.
the spot. Shit.
on, bro.
You know what? I fuck heavily with my man who was riding around with Tyrion. He wasn't one of his rewards.
Oh,
was
Bronn.
Bronn,
yeah,
that's-
no, Bronn is a beast. Bronn is in the top 5, I would say.
I like Bronn. I like
Yeah.
his because he was treacherous.
He was.
Treacherous.
Brianna Tarth.
Yes.
most
Yeah,
definitely.
You schooled me on Brianna Tarth.
she
Brianna
a
Tarth, she really had the fucking warrior spirit
Yeah.
too. On some we gonna duel this shit out.
Right. She beat the Hound fair and square.
Yeah, fuck his ass up.
Right. Fair and square as hell, bro. I don't care what nobody. That nigga was not hurt. That nigga.
Yeah,
That nigga was. He might have been a little bit hungry, but I guess medieval. Ain't nobody ate nothing.
you know,
Everybody ate
hungry.
nothing.
Right.
and this I guess this last, and I got an honorable mention too, but this last pick is probably it's not. I fuck with Jon Snow, man. You know what I'm saying? Jon Snow was cold.
Yeah.
He killed the White Walker.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? On some smooth shit. He was out here battling people on horses while he was on foot.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Bro, yeah, no, John is a beast. I don't know if I would put him in the top 5. He would definitely be in the top 10. But bro, it's not enough Barristan Selmy on your list, dog. The old knight.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
And the number 1 for me is although he's barely in the show, is Arthur Dayne. The nigga who fought who Ned Stark literally tripped and fell and killed during the
was in the flashback.
Yeah.
Okay.
The nigga with the two long swords.
I feel like I read like a wiki about him,
No,
and they were like, he cold, but I can't really remember that like him in the show.
He just had that one scene, but the fight scene was crazy. He literally fought like 4 people at once with the double long swords.
Okay, let's go.
Nah, he canonically that nigga's the fucking GOAT, bro.
Oh, you talking about Arthur Dayne?
Yes.
You showed me that. Yeah.
That nigga's the GOAT. It's him, Barristan Selmy, and
The sword
Aemon
of
the
the
Dragon
morning.
Knight.
That is such
Yeah.
a sweet nickname.
His sword is made out of a fucking meteor, bro. Like
Oh,
this
shit.
nigga's a fucking dog, bro.
Ridiculous.
Yeah, that's cold.
Shout out to Sokka from. Remember he had the meteor sword.
Yeah,
from
hell yeah.
Avatar?
Yep.
That was fire.
I got one honorable mention though. I got to give it up to my dog, Samwell Tarly.
Sam, what do they call him? Sam the Slayer.
Yeah, because wasn't he like the first nigga to kill a White Walker?
He killed a White Walker. He killed a Thin.
Let's go,
Bro, that nigga was he kind of had bodies under.
Yeah.
Like, low-key.
and excuse the language, but he was getting bitches too. You know what I'm saying?
He was.
Like, just to put it plainly, dog.
Yeah, nah, he was. Let's go, dog. Hey, this
He was
podcast.
smart.
It was a maester.
Yeah, let's go.
This is already my favorite podcast episode of all time, bro.
Oh shit.
Hilarious. Oh man. Hiro-san, what have you been into currently, my friend?
I've been playing a lot of Gotham Knight. It's
Hey.
actually much better than I expected. I beat it, started to play God of War now. It's also very good. But I'll talk more about that next week after I beat it. But I wanted to talk about to you specifically, Novelist, about this very like subtle part about the basketball community that I absolutely
boy.
love.
Oh, love. Okay. Positive.
The ritual of not picking teams, but calling out the teams. I fucking love that ritual. Here's why, bro. Because they're always.
You gotta explain to me what that is.
So okay, I got you. So once the teams is picked, right?
Okay.
You can pick 10 however you want. I mean, every gym has its own way of picking teams. When the guy, there's somebody who always asks, and the question is always framed this way: not who are the teams, not who all is on my team. It's always what's the teams. Always.
What's teams?
Right. And yeah, it's most of the time you just smear it into one word. What's teams?
What's teams?
Just the one sound.
Yeah.
And the cadence is always, tell me if I'm lying, bro. The cadence is always exactly the same. It always starts with, it's me, you, and then it's always a series. It follows the same order every single time. 3 one-syllable nicknames for who the fuck it doesn't matter who it is, always. So Pete, I'm gonna go for about 30 seconds of just like these are real people that I hoop with throughout my life, and this is always how it goes. All right, bro, it's me, you, Bird, Dale, and Duck. Nigga, Duck had game, bro. All right, here's another one. It's me, you, Pooh, Ron, and Wood. Always one syllable, and maybe you'll get 2.
I'm worried about Ron, though. I feel like Ron is cold.
Ron was weak. Ron couldn't hoop.
Weak. Oh no,
Ron couldn't hoop.
Oh no, Ron.
So who else? So every now and then you'll get a 2 syllable. So it's it's me, you,
God.
G, 3D, and J Rock. 3D. That nigga was fat, and he shot the bloody cash, bro.
3 and D.
As a matter of fact, I remember I had to guard him for the first time, and he was sort of a big fella, unassuming, and he made like 5 threes in my face, and I'm like, bro, like, I asked him after the game, like, bro, do you always shoot like that? And he was like, yeah, man, that's why they call me 3D.
Hey, hero with the disrespectful question. Are you actually good?
Right? Can you know for sure? What a ridiculous thing that I asked of him. You right? I didn't even realize that. That was like peak, like fresh out of college, like.
Peak ego.
Yeah, like
you said this was a rotund fellow.
Yeah, no, he was a big fella, and I totally like. Oh no, he's fat, so therefore he can't hoop. Like I totally did that.
That's why he was hitting them threes.
And that nigga
like,
bust my ass.
You finna have me running up and down this court,
right? Trying to chase you.
Hell no.
Hey, bro.
Oh man.
The single. Me, you, nigga, Bird. Who else? Bird.
It is definitely. It's definitely always that cadence, though.
Right? Bird, Rock, and
it always it does
and Slime. I played with a nigga named Slime, bro.
Was he gang banging?
I don't really remember that. I remember him smelling like weed a lot. But he was one of them niggas that was like supercharged on weed. Like they would, you know what I'm talking about, bro? I know you know what I'm talking about. Where
he smoke and get powered up,
and they be like crazy athletic and don't ever seem to get tired, bro.
I played college.
This is real me.
I played in college. Zoe.
I was just about to say, shout out to Lorenzo
with my guy Zoe, man. One of the best.
He could really fucking hoop too.
One of the best guys that I played with in college, and this guy he was high all the time,
and he could fucking hoop. He was really good.
He was good, in shape, always first when we'd be running suicides. We had I just remember every game our tip play at the beginning of the game was really good, and he would get a 2-handed dunk. Literally to start every game, he would get.
He was good, man. I used to play with him at the Y.
I just remember one time my coach comes up to me at practice, and he goes, "Is Zoe high?" And I was just like, "Oh no, I don't think so."
Good man.
Hilarious.
Did he keep going?
Yeah, he played professionally for a minute. He played overseas for a while.
That's what's up.
And this guy was
he was good,
high
man.
All the time, bro.
And also always high.
Yep.
I really appreciated his game because he wasn't like his game was really like unassuming.
The perfect way that I would describe him is slippery.
Yes. Bro.
He like wasn't the most athletic guy,
but he had hops and he would dunk on you.
And would dunk. Well, didn't have the best handle, but had a super. He had just like that slippery get by you.
Bro, he was crafty.
Wasn't super fast, but was fast. Wasn't super quick, but was quick. Wasn't the best shooter, but
he'd knock that bitch down if it's open.
Down, man. He would have the quietest 30-point game you've ever seen in your life.
I used to play with him at the Y all the time. And
you know, he just had a motor, bro. He just never stopped. He
and I used to play with him at the Y. I played with him at the court in Oak Park where he was from. And we used to just like, he and I had like, for people who didn't really know each other like super well, like
we had good chemistry.
We had really good chemistry, bro. Like I really enjoyed playing with him.
He was just kind of a solid guy.
Yeah, he was a good fella. Shout out to you. Have you talked to him recently?
Probably as recent as like last year.
Word. Shout out to Lorenzo McClellan.
McClellan.
Yeah. Good ball player.
Dude right there, very good ball player.
Yeah, shout out to the ritual though of picking teams. Ball players in the Discord. Give me your top 10 most ridiculous 1 or 2 syllable nicknames that you've seen on the basketball court.
Hilarious. But yeah, man,
pretty good.
3D, bro.
I have. So you guys already know I've been reading Berserk. But I gotta talk about some sports real quick. Y'all know I'm a Vikings fan. Today.
That's football.
The
right?
minutes. That's football. Today, the Minnesota Vikings. So obviously Vikings are good. They're 8-1. But I have just, as a fan, I've been a Vikings fan since I was 10, and I just have been needing to see if this team was legit or not because they've been winning, but they haven't beat very many really good teams this year. Today was the ultimate test. They played the Bills, who many, hold as the best team in the league. They're favorite to go to the Super Bowl of the AFC. And the Vikings won, bro. And when I say, I've been a fan since I was 10, this was maybe the greatest Vikings game that I've ever seen. And I've seen every Vikings game since 1998. This may have been the best Vikings game I've ever seen. Just in terms of they were down 27-10 and they came back and won. The game was crazy. Justin Jefferson had maybe the greatest catch ever, one-handed contested catch on 4th and 18. And just the team, they just keep fighting, man. They came back, won, incredible. Patrick Peterson had 2 interceptions. Just Kirk Cousins, man, this guy. My thing with Kirk was never. You guys know how much of a Kirk hater I am, and my thing was never his physical ability. It was his ethos as a human being and just as a person. You know what I'm saying? He never had that thing you need to be a elite quarterback. And I just think that the new coach Kevin O'Connell has literally rewired him. I've never seen anything like that because. It's like I said, it's not a thing of physical tools. It was just his makeup as a person. And it's in the past, Kirk would throw an interception and he would just melt. You know what I'm saying? And it would just be game over. No, even if it happened in the first quarter, it would just ruin the whole game. But now, he throws 2 bad interceptions in this game. And he just kept bouncing back, man. Kept going down the field, making big throws. Incredible. So, shout out to the Vikings, man. It's a big win today. But other than that, you already know I'm waiting for that. I'm waiting for that new Pokemon to come out, man.
Yeah,
let's
next
go.
Tuesday.
I think so, man.
Friday,
Scarlet Violet, yes, let's go. Waiting for that new Pokemon to come out. So I started hopping back on Sword, battling competitively again. Man, I'm nice at Pokemon.
Is this a TCG or a video game?
It's a video game.
Okay.
Yeah, so I started battling again competitively, winning. Bro, I finally did something I've always wanted to do in Pokemon, which is try out a competitive Pikachu. Now, if you watch the anime, Pikachu is he's a god. He beats everybody. But if you know Pikachu in the game, his stats are trash. He does not have good stats. Yeah. But, I found that. So obviously, one of the main reasons Pikachu isn't strong is because he's a middle evolution. He's not a final evolution of a Pokemon. But there's this item called Light Ball. And if you give it to Pikachu, it doubles his attack and special attack.
Yeah.
He's got decent speed already. He's got some good abilities with Static and Lightning Rod. If you get that item, it makes Pikachu pretty good.
Yeah.
So I had to go through a lot. So you had to go through a lot to get this item because it's not something that you can buy. You have to make it.
Yeah. It's it's like a breeding.
Yeah, you gotta make the item. But anyway, I did all that weird stuff. So I have a sweet Pikachu now. So yeah, it's fun. Good times. We also, I'm not gonna spend too much time on this. We're gonna have to celebrate Pokemon here pretty soon. Shout out to the GOAT, Ash Ketchum. It hasn't aired in the United States yet. But Ash, after 25 years of perpetually being like a 12-year-old boy, Ash Ketchum
10 years old, actually.
10. Oh, is he 10?
Yeah.
Ash has finally won the Pokemon Championship, World Championship.
Okay.
Not just this region over here or this league over here. World.
Yep.
Ash is the number 1 Pokemon trainer in the world.
Let's go.
GOAT. Bang. Bang, bang. All right, man. Moving on. So we are not going to talk about Black Panther on this episode, okay? We're going to save it. Did you see it?
Not yet,
Not
but
yet.
I've been super spoiled.
That stinks.
I got hit with
So-
all the spoilers.
So we're not going to talk about it yet, but just real quick, I saw it. Hero, you saw it. Just quick initial thoughts, nothing in depth, nothing in analyzing the movie. Just what did you think?
I'm going to read to you my Facebook post, which literally
Okay.
explains exactly how I feel. That shit was trash. No, I'm just I thought I wrote more. It was good, man. Like, I thought it was a very worthy sequel. Is it better than? Is it as good as the original? Sure, maybe. Is it better? Who doesn't really matter. Like, it doesn't matter to me whether it's better or not. The fact that it doesn't disappoint, the fact that it does such a good job of eulogizing both the Black Panther and Chadwick Boseman without like being completely consumed by grief, and also moving forward a really, really good story.
Yeah.
It does such a good job with that. And also the score was crazy.
So when
Better than the first one, and the first score was literally an Oscar
when I was
winner.
gonna talk to you about this movie, that was like the one thing that really stuck out to me was like I just really loved the score, and it was like more traditional, like sounding music that fit with it. Was more. It wasn't like, hey, let's go get Jay-Z to do the soundtrack for a Black Panther movie.
It was more epic and more like cinematic.
It was. I enjoyed it for real. It was dope.
And Namor, bro, fire, so good.
They did such a good job with the Namor character.
Yeah.
But yeah, my initial thoughts, I loved it. I thought it was awesome. I don't really care. I'm not gonna compare. I don't care to compare it to the first one. Like I feel like we don't have to do that with every sequel. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like it was a different movie, but I loved it, man. I was in there like, yo, this is really good. They did a really good job with this. I loved it. Loved all the characters. But like I said, we'll talk about it in depth next time. But I loved it. Loved it. It was dope. Ryan Coogler, man.
Get him a Star Wars movie.
Get him a Star Wars movie. Get us a Black Jedi. Come on, man. Get us a Black Jedi, please. Holy crap. Why are we begging for this?
I don't know, bro. That's such a good question. Begging for a black
Sith Lord.
About Samuel L. Jackson.
We gave you Sam Jackson.
No.
It's one of the blackest one of the blackest niggas there is.
Right.
What do you mean?
What do you mean? You got Samuel L. Jackson.
Main character.
He's the nigger.
That's right. Main character.
If it's not a main character, that shit don't count, bro.
Yep.
Full stop.
Yep.
Oh, goodness.
You had an opportunity with Finn. You shit the bed. Even John Boyega thinks you shit the bed.
Yep.
Facts.
So, fuck off.
Yeah,
and it's not like they're afraid to keep creating Star Wars properties.
Oh, they sure are.
Right.
Not.
just make a fucking show.
Right.
Hey,
right.
Okay. Can I get
Go ahead.
That's your honest reaction if the next thing that comes out is Star Wars, Clone Wars. Wait. Clone Wars, but from the perspective of the Sith instead of the Jedi.
No, dog.
Can I
Stop doing Clone Wars stuff.
Can I just say something real quick? Though I'm tired of all prequel everything, bro.
Bro,
Like
if you're not
they
about
keep
to
trying
go-
to wedge.
Dog.
Put this whole like these two things happen. We got a month where we can fucking shove some
A whole series, a whole trilogy into this 2 month period.
It's like we got all these plot
It's
armored up ass characters.
It's like there's
and-
two pieces of bread, and they're like making this sandwich, but they just keep, and there's like on this desk, but they just keep pushing the bread
Right, further
Further
away.
away.
So you got
Just
this
add-
fucking
they
double,
just
triple
keep
decker.
putting
until it's not even a fucking sandwich
Just
anymore.
keep putting
It's
more
become a
stuff on
dictionary
it.
at this point.
Yeah, what the fuck is this?
Right.
Just keep putting more stuff in between.
Bro,
Like-
Doc, do you realize that they've been telling the stories about the clones
Doug.
since like 2000 for literally 20
Bro, it's
years?
been 20
Yes,
years.
bro. Yeah, dog.
They gotta stop.
I have a lot of pet peeves with that type of shit. Like, like I just said, like when you take when you try to create a prequel for some characters you already showed us, already showed them die, get blown up, whatever the fuck, and then you make this other show where they're just like plot armored out the gate because they must survive,
Right.
and die later.
Yep.
It's like I don't care, no stakes.
Yeah.
I don't give a fuck.
because
Exactly.
we talked about that when
Yeah.
you create something in between two existing plot points. Like there's so many limitations there,
Yeah.
and then they just keep going back and keep going
Creates
back, and keep going back,
constraints.
keep going back.
And then they fuck shit up like, oh, whoops, we got to retcon this shit. Like, just leave it alone, make some
Just
new
leave
shit.
it alone, make some new stuff.
So-
Go. I don't want to see if the next thing that comes out that is new. It needs to be 1,000 years
Yes.
in the past
Something.
or
Or the
thousands of years in the future.
Yeah.
I don't want to see nothing.
No.
I don't want to see no Skywalkers. I don't want
This
to see no
was Leia's
Palpatine.
babysitter from fucking,
Right.
and she
see, that was-
confused the force. Like, yeah,
See, they
man.
tried. This is I talked about this before. That they tried to almost fool us with the High Republic, and I called it ahead
You
of time.
did.
I was like, watch them still find a way to put Yoda in here, and that's exactly the reason why they only went like 300 years ago as opposed to 1,000 years ago. That's not enough.
No.
Fuck Yoda, dog.
promise-
Like, get his
I
ass the
promise-
fuck out of here.
I promise y'all.
I don't think I've ever heard somebody say "fuck you."
Get me out of here, you say. But I guarantee you it will be okay if you guys just use all new characters. I promise.
It's
Yeah.
Star
I
Wars.
promise,
It's fucking
bro.
cool.
Yeah.
I
Yes.
promise, bro. We'll watch it. We'll still watch it if you don't squeeze in a
Nah.
Skywalker or a Yoda in there somewhere. We'll still watch
They
it.
create all these cool universes. It's like the universes are cool. Show us somebody fucking new.
Right.
New.
And but so watch this. Here I'm about to piss some people off.
Let's do it.
All right, right,
Fuck 'em.
right.
What you got?
But okay, cool. So we gave you Andor. He's new. That wasn't exactly what we was talking about though.
No.
Like he wasn't. And so I will give credit where credit is due. The show ended pretty sweet. It was, but it wasn't necessarily because of Andor. Like that character. Are you up on it? Have you watched it?
That was one of the ones that kind of like completed my ire because like I've only watched maybe like the first 3 or 4 episodes of that, but again I was like, man, I don't give a fuck, man.
Right.
They die later, and I know they're not gonna die in this because they die later.
Yes,
I don't
exactly.
give a fuck.
And they do some cool shit. It's a good story.
Yeah,
but,
yeah.
But
The
still,
episodes that I watched were very
Like, well
entertaining
done.
and,
Sure.
and
Yeah.
drew me in. But
Now, there's
like,
a couple
man,
of pretty good episodes. But the whole point is like that ain't exactly what we meant, bro. Like
yeah.
it's Star Wars. Go get me a Jedi, nigga. Like this whole like, oh, Jedis are like we need more than other. Like, no, we don't. Like, no, the Jedis are fucking cool. Like, if you want to tell different stories, like tell a story about a Jedi doing some spy shit,
Yeah.
or a story
like
about a
gray
Jedi.
Jedi. You know what
Or
I'm
a gray
saying?
Jedi, or like what the acolyte is, what I thought it was at least a story about a Sith character who's the
Yeah.
main character, right? Like, go do some different shit, but don't forget about the reason why we like this shit, niggas.
Yeah.
Fucking space samurai, like,
Yeah.
Facts.
let's not forget about that. We still want that. Like, I don't care what the fucking the nerds and the film critics say about like, oh, we want to see something different. Jedi, no, tell them to shut the fuck up. we want to see the Jedi. They're the coolest part
They're
of
the
Star
coolest
Wars.
people. Okay.
Either
Thank you.
a Jedi
Lightsabers.
or a bounty hunter. That's it.
Lightsabers and
Yeah.
Jedi.
That's why the Mandalorian worked, because he's fucking badass.
He's cool.
Yeah.
Cool characters on
A bounty hunter who also has a fucking saber. Like,
Right.
Yeah.
Let's get it.
Yep.
Right.
Yep. Cool stuff only, please. But yeah, man. Did you see Black Adam?
I did, yeah. I saw
Okay.
it.
I saw it as well.
Okay, so just so our kind of substitute for not going through Black Panther, we're gonna talk about Black Adam a little bit. Shout out to Edmund, man, our homie, our brother here on the Swordcast, worked on the film. He's kind of been waiting for us to talk about it. So shout out to Edmund, man.
So for context, Doc, that drawing behind you is and also this one over here was drawn by Edmund. He's
He's the GOAT.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, he's
Very dope.
been my best friend since like 2000, since like 1992 or 3 or something.
Hey, let's go.
And
Shouts out to
and now it's
friendship.
become one of Novelist's best friends as well.
Yes, sir. Good
we've
guy.
all one big
Talented
happy
guy.
family, and he's a super dope artist, and he got a chance to work as a product. I don't fucking remember the name of it. Like a production assistant. Oh no, he worked in a wardrobe department where he got to. He described it as like taking the characters' clothes and like making them look worn.
Word, okay, like
Weathering them, yeah. So his name was in the credits, bro. I saw it. It was fucking cool.
Hey, let's get it, let's get
My
it.
guy.
Hey, congratulations to you.
Very, very cool.
Yeah. So what y'all think?
So yeah, man. I'll go first. Black Adam. I liked it. I thought it was cool. I think I'll say this. I think it's okay for movies to be. That's fun.
Yeah, sure.
I don't think everything has to either be it's the greatest movie of all time. That movie sucked. You know what I'm saying?
I agree
Like,
with you.
I think you know,
Yeah.
it was fun.
So give you some context.
That's fair.
Hold on, wait.
No, I'm just thinking about my like you need the mid so that so that the fire is fire and
Yeah,
the
you know,
Sure,
we need
sure,
some
sure.
balance. We can't be.
I want to give you
extremist
this
about
context though,
everything.
Doc. I don't want you to feel weird about Edmund working on the film. He flat out thinks the movie was trash.
Oh yeah, he doesn't
Okay.
like it.
He flat out thinks the shit.
I mean,
was weak.
I was taking that into consideration, but I was like, but I also
Nope.
was like, I'm not gonna sugarcoat.
No, don't fuck that.
Whatever I'm feeling.
That's
about
our
the
guy. The costumes look great, and that was what he did. His part was awesome.
I was gonna.
He thinks the movie was dog shit. though.
Yeah, and that's the thing. I understand that as well. Like movies, TV shows, like it's all committee shit. Like
Yeah.
it's not really one person doing every fucking thing. So it's like, of course, people that work on it are going to have different stake in the parts that they worked on.
Right.
But yeah, did you have more to say?
Oh no, that's all I was saying, man. Like we gotta learn to not be extremists about everything. I think things can be mid, and that's okay.
I like. I don't think it was a bad movie. I will say that. But I think there's a thing about DC action movies that I just don't enjoy, like personally. Like there's a certain like style and stylistic choices that just don't work for me. Like one thing that jumps out for me right now as I'm thinking about it is like the usage of slow-mo. I feel like over there at the DCEU, they got a nigga on the slow-mo button just having the grandest old time, dog, for all of these fucking movies. It's like, we're going to show you every fucking mundane thing we can in goddamn slow-mo. It's like, he's throwing a punch. He's swinging the sword. He's walking. He's nudging. He's so fast he can nudge things and it's fucking super slow-mo. It's like, I don't care anymore, man. Like, like y'all using that slow mo too much, and I feel like, it's primarily a thing I remember from DC movies, and my memory ain't that great. So the fact that I have this impression of it, they got to be doing that shit too much.
Nah, they do it a lot.
They do it a lot.
I'm like, bro. But I will say I did like and granted, I will add this caveat. I'm not a big DC person in general. Like
Me neither.
When I was growing up, I didn't really fuck with a ton of their comics.
Yeah.
And their movie universe, I feel like their whole movie universe was kind of rushed because they
No
wanted
doubt.
to try to catch up with Marvel, and it's
Yeah.
like you got to slow cook that motherfucker like they did. That
Right.
shit was
They had
genius.
They had like a 7-year head start on you,
yeah,
bro.
Yeah.
Y'all not gonna be able to just catch up.
Yeah, and I don't even know, like, if they knew how genius that was when they did it. But like that shit's fucking genius.
Yeah,
They
It's
slow
not-
cooked the shit out of it.
It's Marvel has created a I think we're like a 4-season long TV show where every episode is a movie.
Yeah.
Like literally.
Yeah.
That's fucking cool, man.
Yeah.
Like anybody ever did nothing like that?
Nobody
before?
ever
Yeah.
did nothing like that.
That's really
facts.
real, man.
Yeah.
They did that shit. But
That's crazy.
they that's what I was gonna say. The casting. I enjoyed the Pierce Brosnan casting as Dr. Fate. I thought he brought a ton of like gravitas, like, you know, and again, I don't know a ton about that character, but like he felt like Dr. Fate. You know what I mean?
He did, but the character is massively underpowered compared to what he is in the comics. Dr. Fate in the comics is a fucking there are versions of him that would fucking wipe the floor with Doctor Strange.
Word.
But there's also versions of Doctor Strange like in the 70s that was literally like a fucking guy that can do literally anything.
You know what? And I kind of figured that, or kind of felt that while I was watching the movie. Like, he shouldn't be like, you know, they tried to be like, oh yeah, he's been the one that could hang with Black Adam the most out of these people. But it was like, shouldn't he be able to like incapacitate him or fucking send him somewhere?
Dr. Fate,
you know what I'm saying?
He would be able to. I don't know, could he solo Black Adam? Some versions of him could for sure, but he would definitely be able to like bother that nigga more than he was in the movie. That's for sure.
Yeah, I definitely fuck with those aspects of it. And that costume design was cold, especially that cool helmet.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think I like Aldous Hodge as an actor.
Hey, bro, hold on, wait a minute, nigga. Aldous Hodge, nigga, ass on, bro. That nigga's ass was bolted on the entire fucking movie, dog. I think he's a good actor, but in this role, ass on, bro. I did not see it. That nigga had his shit welded on, bro. Like, that nigga was not acting his ass off. In fact, that bitch was welded on, dog. For me.
Well, that's why I say, like, I think I like him as an actor. You know, I feel like I brought some of just my general, I guess, liking of him into watching him in the movie, where it was like, all right. I thought it was cute, like the playfulness between him and what's my man, Adam Smasher.
Adam Smasher, yeah.
Like the whole like me and you, like oh that's cute.
Yeah,
that's fun. You know what I'm saying? They got their little.
I hate how this is a big pet peeve of mine, where like black actors, unfortunately in Hollywood, have been trained to speak in this like imaginary ebonics that no black person ever sounds like in real life. I fucking hate that shit. All the time. Black people don't talk like that nowhere on earth. But only in movies, it's like there's a specific way that black folks have been trained to talk in a way that like white people recognize. Oh, that guy is talking fucking urban.
Jazz.
Right. Like, it drives me crazy when I see. And he was doing too much of that for me in this movie. Do you know what I'm talking about, though?
When he was like, go kick his ass or something like that.
Just anything. Like, just, you know what I'm saying, bro? Like, you know it when you hear it, dog. You know it when you hear it.
I felt like his regular speech was kind of weird too.
He's doing it, speaking jive. See,
like what? Like where's this guy from? Like just in general, like what part of the United States do you live in?
That's sort of what it is, right? Like there's this. I don't know what it's. I'm very curious about it. Any actors that we have that listen to this, give me your perspective.
Yeah, is that like a thing that's taught?
Yeah, right. Because it's always the same, but it's like a regionless dialect that has aspects of New York, but also aspects of like Southern slang at the same time. And like I assure you, bro, I've seen black people all over the United States. None of them talk like that.
Right.
Black people do not, and that's real. That's why I really got to give it up to, and that's also how you can tell if white folks have written parts of the script is if you got black people talking that way, or if they're directing, or if they're producing. When you see something that's like an all black production, or has an all black cast, or an all black like creative team, shows like Atlanta, shows like Insecure, where it's like, oh, that like it's a reflection of black reality and not this like imaginary like sort of caricature version of black people.
I get what you're saying. Like with Atlanta, for example, you know, rarely do I ever feel like I was getting taken out of whatever level of immersion by dialogue.
Sure.
You know what I mean? Because that shit will bring you up to the fucking surface for sure. When that shit is off.
No doubt.
Like I am not immersed.
Yeah.
What is this? So
how did I feel? I think I'm higher on it than Edmund is. I'm maybe not quite as high on it as Novelist. I thought it was fine. I thought it was better than I expected it to be.
Yeah.
Hold on a second. Said it was mid. Okay.
Right. No, fair enough. So maybe we're about the same.
That's cool.
It was fine, right? Like I expected that shit to be weaker than it was, and it
Yeah.
so, like the action was.
When you just refer to something as like, this isn't a person, we're talking about a movie. But when you just refer to something as weak,
Right.
I don't know. It's just funny.
Hey, bro. I sent the text.
Like, you ever said some food was weak?
Bro, maybe.
You know, like,
Yeah, that shit, nigga. That shit
kind of weak.
Bro, I sent the funniest. I sent the funniest like short text message ever to my homies Randall and Ruben, my Pistons guys.
Right.
You know Randall, and I think you know Ruben too, but I know you know Randall. Both went to Renaissance.
Yeah. I think I know the Randall you're talking about.
So the Pistons city jerseys came out. And I just sent a simple one-line text to them niggas. I sent a picture of the jersey, and I said, "Hey, bro, these jerseys weak." In all caps, bro. only weak was in all caps, though. Like, these jerseys is weak as hell, dog. Shout out to St. Cecilia, but don't nobody under the age of 36 know what the fuck you talking about. Like, sorry. Anyways. The action was much better than I expected it to be. The Rock was doing some cool shit, and Black Adam is a cool, powerful character.
Yeah.
But The Rock though, like ass on kind of too. Like he's just kind of doing the same Rock stuff that he's been doing ever since.
I mean, that's
Well, here's the thing. I feel like this was more stiff than usual, man.
think so?
Some
Yeah,
wooden,
man.
Indian Chief
Wooden
Rock.
Indian
Like,
Chief Rock.
like you tell, like Black Adam don't got no swag. Is that what? Like, again, I don't know a ton about Black Adam, but my man was kind of swaggerless and stiff, dog. Like he didn't get basic sarcasm. Like they didn't have that back in
I guess not.
Kondak back in the day, bro. Y'all just was to the point with all languages, facts.
Right.
We speak facts only.
Data.
yeah, right. Information.
But the funniest part about this whole thing, though, is the argument. Did you hear about the argument that's currently happening between the producers of Black Adam and James Gunn, who's taken over as the DC?
I'm not familiar with any of the arguments.
James Gunn is gonna take over a role similar to what Kevin Feige does and Marvel. And James Gunn is dope. Like all the stuff he's done has been really good.
Yeah, I fuck
Guardians was good. The Suicide Squad, the version he did was good.
Yes. I call that one the good Suicide, Suicide Squad movie.
It was good. I liked it. I didn't hate the first one as much as everybody else did, but this one was absolutely much better.
Leaps and bounds.
Yeah. But so the thing that's happening right now is that The Rock, for some idiot reason, listen to what I'm about to tell y'all niggas, bro.
Some idiot.
He wants the DCEU to be Black Adam centric and not Superman centric. And they're like having a legitimate fight over that shit. Have you ever read a single DC comic, bro? Like if that shit ain't got Superman and Batman square like in the middle of it, then it ain't DC. And I don't like either one of those characters. But at least I know like
that's fair.
It would be like trying to base the entire MCU off of like, I don't know, Cable, who's a good character, but like you can't base an entire film universe over him.
Nah, especially with like the swaggerless depiction we've been given thus far, where it's my man is just like he is a Rock in the fucking role as well.
Now somebody might say, oh, they started the DCU over Iron Man or the MCU over Iron Man, but like first of all, that was a crazy character that like Robert Downey Jr. like struck gold with that character. He was incredible in it. Incredible
casting.
Absolutely. And also, nigga, the Iron Man ain't no like Black Adam, bro. Like Iron Man, he might not have been like a top tier character, but he was certainly in the next tier down for sure. I mean, evidenced by the fact that they chose to they got rid of their A tier when they had to sell the rights to the comics or to the films to keep them from going bankrupt, being what is the Hulk,
Fantastic Four,
X-Men, and Spider-Man.
Well, X-Men is that's the A team.
Yeah, no, that was. Oh well, I would probably put Spider-Man up.
I'm talking about just in terms of like movies to build individually and then turn it into a team like they did Avengers.
No doubt. Oh yeah, over for sure. So like the next available most popular character was Iron Man, and so that's the one that they chose. So it's not quite the same as Black Adam. Anyways, The movie was fine. I think it's hilarious though that The Rock has so much ego that he thinks that they're going to base the entire DCEU over him.
I don't know how y'all feel about this, but I feel like he's gonna be one of them cats who, in like a couple of presidential elections go by, he might run for president. I feel like he's gonna run for some political office.
Lord,
as a Republican.
Yeah,
it's coming.
Yeah, fuck.
You know what I'm saying? Also, even though technically, you know, he's part black, I found it interesting that he spent a lot of that movie beating the shit out of this black man.
He was whooping Aldous Hodge's ass in basically every scene.
Bro, he whooped his ass that whole movie, bro. That whole movie. I was just like, okay, he's going to whoop his ass again in this scene. Okay, all right.
He ain't let Hawkman get not 1 or 2 hits in. He was whooping that nigga's ass thoroughly the whole movie.
Zipping around him and shit.
Dragon Ball Z.
Yeah. True.
That's
perfect. Dragon Ball Z. That's what a lot of
when Goku went Super Saiyan and started beating the brakes off of Frieza the first time.
Oh my gosh! All right, y'all. For this movie to be mid, y'all carrying on.
I mean, it was entertaining.
All right.
I was entertained.
All right, man. I'm sorry. Meat and potatoes time. Yeah, as you guys know, this is the definitive top 10 episode. We had y'all send in y'all top 10 lists. And this time, we're going to talk about our favorite fighting game characters. But before we get into the list, I got a couple questions for y'all. Fighting games, man. We all, I feel like the FGC is just like a thing that came from just like 90s arcade, got the coins, just that culture, man. Like, I think all of us grew up playing fighting games.
No doubt.
Let's start with Doc. Doc, what's your favorite just fighting game series? Like, what is your go-to fighting game series?
At this point, my go-to is Tekken. Man.
Tekken.
My go-to is Tekken. I came into it on part 3.
Okay.
Tekken, you know
3.
I think my family might have gifted me the original PlayStation at some point, and one of the games they got me was Tekken 3. I kind of got caught on, played 3, played 4, played 5.
Tag.
I kind of missed out on, I played tag a little bit. I missed out kind of on 6.
Me too, dog.
I think a lot of people missed out on 6 for some reason.
Yeah, like at that, you know what it was? At that point in time, I was like kind of on Xbox.
Yes, exactly.
That's probably what happened to me too.
Yep.
Yeah, that's so weird because I did missed out on 6 for sure.
So hold on, I got
6 and tag too. I missed out on as well.
I got a very, very like really like I can't find a word for it, but like it's a really like low key observation that I wonder if you can corroborate.
Okay.
Because it did come out on PlayStation, on Xbox 360.
Yeah,
that was the era, and I did get it eventually, but I was weak as fuck at it for some reason. And I've been playing Tekken 3. I've been playing Tekken since Tekken 2, really. And my theory, we actually might have talked about this. My theory is that the Xbox controller.
Sorry.
It's like it's just ever so slightly wider. It like flares out just a little bit more, and that was enough to completely discombobulate me, bro. True or false?
True. I think for me, I never like nailed it down to that specific detail, but like, you know, when I think that when you come up playing on the PlayStation style pad, you get used to it, and it kind of, to me, that's the perfect type of pad to play Tekken on.
Agreed.
When that mug came out on 360, I didn't even really want to get it because I would have had to play with an Xbox controller on that, and I'm like, Xbox controllers are great for shooters.
Yep.
They changed the game for that. You know what I'm saying? And I played a ton of Halo 1, 2, and 3, and it was great for that. But like for fighting games, the buttons feel weird to me. The D-pad is usually kind of weird on the Xbox controller, and like, you know, technically on a PS4 controller is not necessarily even a D-pad. It's like 4 little like polygons,
peaks.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, but that shit feels perfect to me for moving around on Tekken and execution and shit.
You talking about on the PlayStation? Yeah, the Xbox is like a webbed D-pad.
Yeah,
It's got like the little
like,
web thing in it.
I
Yeah,
can't, and I'm weird in particular, man. Like for all Tekkens, I need to play on a PlayStation style pad. If it's Street Fighter though, I exclusively need an arcade stick.
Really, you can use a gamepad or an arcade stick.
Arcade stick, dog. If it's Street Fighter, I need an arcade stick, or I don't want to play.
That's so weird. Okay, so here's this,
and that's come from the arcade because that's where I started playing this shit.
That's kind of I like using the arcade stick for Street Fighter too. So
I'm bad at it though, man. Like I think I started to find, and here's why I started to find my own. Come into my own as a console player because I had time to like I don't have to put no quarters in. I could just sit here and like get good at it.
Get good at it.
But you know where I really kind of made my bones as a fighting game player is through, and I know you're gonna know what I'm talking about here, through Mugen. You remember Mugen?
Oh shit!
Yeah, man.
Dog, that just reminded me of a specific character, dog. T-Gray Negro.
Yes, dog.
T-Gray Negro.
He was a monster too, bro.
He was like Black Guile, dog.
Yeah. Yo, it's cats that still are modding on Mugen right
hell
now.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah.
So, but I used to play on the keyboard.
Wow.
I would play like this.
yeah.
So, I recently found out that there is a fucking game. There's a gamepad. I know you know what I'm talking about. Called what is it called? It's called a Hitbox.
Hitbox. Yep.
That's basically it's only buttons and it has no joystick.
Wow.
So it's essentially the same thing as using arrows and keys.
Yeah. Some of them literally are as like arrow type keys. Some of them are just all buttons, no sticks or D-pads.
So it's just like there's a button for left, a button for up, a button for right, a button for down. Yeah. And they're like in a triangle, so you kind of know where they are. And there's like a legitimate debate going on in the fighting game community as to whether or not that's cheating. Because
some people literally call it the cheat box.
But you know what, bro? When Street Fighter 6 come out, I think I'm gonna grab one.
Yeah,
I think I'm gonna grab
there
one.
are things that you can do on that in Street Fighter specifically that are not possible with a regular controller.
Like
all the charge characters and shit,
charge characters,
shit
like the full 360 characters, like those moves become super easy to do.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah.
So certain executions get like simplified.
I'm about to get that shit. I don't care what y'all say. Fuck off.
Hey, Daigo was fucking with it for a little bit.
Right, Daigo the GOAT.
He might still be fucking with it right now. I'm not sure, but I know he was like on a hitbox run for a minute. Like
they even made one for Smash Brothers.
Word.
I'll check it out. All right. Yeah. But that's what's up, man. Hero, what is your what's your favorite fighting game series?
Favorite?
Hi.
Man, what a good question. I don't know, man. I can't. It's hard for me to pick between the big three. Does Smash count?
No.
Okay. So Smash might have ended up winning, but it's.
I'm
hard.
gonna say no, just for since we outlawed Smash.
Yeah,
the definitive.
I got it.
That's fair.
Man, I got more history with Street Fighter, but I think I'm better at Tekken than I am at Street Fighter. It's like, bro,
it's hard. 1A,
1B, bro. They so close. I would have, even though I'm better at Tekken, I might have to give the slight edge to Street Fighter just because of the connection that I have with it.
We got a Tekken, then we got a Street Fighter.
Yeah,
that's what's up. It is a hard question, man. I think I would have to say for myself, it's the same thing. Like I have a big connection to Street Fighter, and I have a big connection to Tekken, man. I told you before my mom and my stepdad got married, he would come see my mom, and this dude would bring his memory card for Tekken.
Nice.
And it was Tekken. Which one's on the first place? Was it 3 or 2?
I believe it's 1, 2,
and 3. I think it was the third one. And he would bring Tekken 3, or I had Tekken 3, but he would bring his memory card because he had all the characters.
Because you sidestep.
Yeah.
Then that was probably 3.
3, right? Yeah. He had all the characters.
Had Gon and Dr. Bogdanovich.
All the characters on there. So
Tiger.
I love Tekken 3. I think it's so hard to pick between Street Fighter and Tekken.
Yeah.
I think I have to pick Tekken because
I could have easily gone Tekken.
I think I would go Tekken as well. I love Street Fighter though. Don't
Fuck
get
it, let's
twisted.
sweep it. I'll go Tekken. Let's sweep it.
Hey, let's
Tekken.
go. Let's go.
All right, and then real quick, give me what is a kind of a lower key, maybe like not such a popular like household commercial like fighting game that you are also a big fan of that you really love. Like, what's one of your favorite non like Tekken, Street Fighter, Mortal Kombat? You know what I'm saying? Fighting games.
Oh shit.
Series.
A series though. Shit, man. I played this very dumbass game that was it's very poorly rendered, but it was like something that I don't know how I found out about it, but it's on Steam. It's some shit called like Brief Karate.
Oh my,
Oh,
that
I
sounds
never
so
heard of it.
funny,
It
bro.
sounds hilarious.
It's the way the characters look. It's like somebody used the process that they used like making the original Mortal Kombat, but it's like so poorly done. I think it's a Japanese game if I'm remembering correctly.
Is
but
it
like,
called Brief Karate Foolish?
Yes, it's like all the
Oh my gosh!
all the
bro.
fighters are like regular dudes in
Dog,
in underwear and like tighty whities.
Dog, I'm about to pull this shit up.
And they're fighting each other.
This looks, and I see what you mean
Yeah.
about the Mortal Kombat.
It was like one of them, like I think I've watched a video where it was like top 10 weirdest fighting games or some shit like that, and it was on Steam and cheap. So I was like, fuck it, I'll cop it. This shit looks,
Dog, what is
Dog.
going on?
What is happening?
look at that super. Let's go. Let's get it.
Yo,
He got a
did-
demon, bro. He got a
the
demon.
dog.
Oh my god!
Like I haven't even played this shit a whole bunch, but like the times I played it, I had a lot of fun just because I was fucking silly it obviously.
Hilarious.
Funny.
Hero, what about you, man? What's a kind of a lower, you know, I don't want to say lower tier, but just like a lesser, you know, fighting game series that you.
Now there's a couple. There's Fighting Vipers that came out alongside Virtua Fighter.
Was that on the Saturn, bro?
Yeah, on
Saturn,
the Saturn.
Sega Saturn.
Yep. There's
Sega Saturn, man.
There's Bloody Roar, which was
Ooh.
fire.
That's
There's-
one that needs to come back,
Bloody
low key.
Roar.
I agree. There's Plasma Blade or Plasma
Sword.
Plasma Sword, the one with Hayato.
From,
and that nigga that looked like Piccolo, but
Dog.
that'd be fucking moonwalking
Yes,
with
bro.
the blades.
Oh
I
my
don't even know.
gosh.
I'm up on that one. Plasma Sword.
Plasma's
Yeah.
Dreamcast, man.
Okay.
Yep.
Dreamcast.
And speaking of Dreamcast, Power Stone, bro.
Power Stone.
Power. That's another one that need to come back.
Power Stone.
Power Stone. That was me and Edmund shit back in the day.
Fun game. Hard to find.
Yeah, that shit was fun as hell.
I think, like you said, there's a lot, man.
Oh wait, I think I'm gonna steal your thunder. So go ahead. There's one more that I just
No,
thought of.
go
Go
ahead.
ahead. SNK, bro. Garou Mark of the Wolves.
Yes, bro.
Ooh,
SNK.
oh, dog.
Garl Mark of the Wolves,
Yep.
bro. King of Fighters. I loved all the King of Fighters
CVS
games.
2 that was just came to mind too. Like, oh man, we used to have so much fun.
Capcom versus
Y'all used to play that
SNK.
shit at Wayne State, didn't y'all?
Obviously, Marvel vs.
Oh, yeah.
Capcom, but if I'm trying, I think Soul Calibur is a little underappreciated, man. Like,
Yeah,
I love
that's
Soul
true.
Calibur. I've always loved Soul Calibur. I mean, weapons. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, this was a game where
We did talk about this though. The only thing that keeps me from being a fan of that game is that I hate that there's a fucking block button, bro.
yeah,
I'm
not
the
a
same
fan.
about fighting games and block buttons.
I hate
Yeah,
that
I have a deep annoyance with fighting games that require a block button. That's why I'm not high.
Looking
on
at you, Mortal Kombat.
Yep.
But I just Soul Calibur. The only reason it doesn't bother me that much is because of the fact that you're using a weapon,
Sure,
and then
it makes sense.
and then when you do block, there is the cool like.
yeah,
You know what I'm
Nah,
saying?
it looks cool.
It's annoying, but in Soul Calibur, like it doesn't bother me as much because you're using a weapon. So boom. All right, man. So we had you guys send in your top 10 favorite fighting game characters list. But before we get Hero to make his predictions about this definitive list, we're gonna get our guest Doc Illingsworth to give us his personal top 10 favorite fighting game characters.
Okay.
What you got, man?
How should I present this? Just the names or
10.
So let's go from the bottom. If you want to share some things
so-
about
so-
any
so
of these
10
characters,
10 down to 1.
10 to
Let me
1.
make sure I got 10 here. 1,
My
2, 3,
boy.
4, 5,
Bro,
6,
I
7,
watched
8,
that
9,
movie
10.
last night for the first time in a long time.
Wait, which movie? What movie?
Rise of Skywalker.
Rise of
My boy. Palpatine be cracking. Dog, why they do that, bro? Why they bring this?
bring him back
My man
again?
was hooked up to a
Right.
that
nigga
nigga
was-
up to a car battery.
That nigga was so dead before, bro. Like, he was so dead. Y'all did not
Oh
need to do
my
that shit.
goodness, bro.
Like just let it go. Palpatine.
I've died before.
Oh, you don't say.
Yo, really? Because I mean, yeah.
Yeah, you
I remember.
You look dead now.
Dog, oh my goodness.
Oh,
Kill the girl.
All right, let's see. I got this list here. I didn't really put a whole lot of thought into the rankings.
Hey,
but
man.
I'm gonna let it ride how it ride because I guess that's how I was feeling. You know what
Yeah,
I'm saying?
sometimes, just do it in the moment.
Yeah. So at the 10 spot, I got Bison,
Hey.
young M Bison out here.
Mike Bison, bro. Dictator.
Dictator
Right.
twist.
Dictator, dog.
We used to call when I was a kid. We used to call it the tropical twist, dog. When he
Yeah.
he's
Yeah.
glowing.
Yeah.
Mister.
Yeah, dog.
Bison would have been a really dope professional wrestler. If
Sure. Hell
he
yeah.
wanted, if he wanted to.
Hell yeah.
Bison's dope.
Yeah,
You know who I think could have pulled off the Bison character? This is a little bit of a stretch, but like kind of like a foreign dictator kind of character. Miro might have been able to pull that off
Oh yeah.
from AEW.
Yeah, he would have been great doing something like that. Nice. Tropical Twister, dog.
We gotta put Bison on there. I think he's legendary, bro.
He is,
Like,
man.
He is.
If you came up in an arcade playing Street Fighter 2, you know how oppressive his offense is. You managed
Oppressive.
to have enough quarters to get to that final.
Because
stage.
Street Fighter 2 arcade version, it wasn't easy.
No.
Heck no.
No.
Like
No,
niggas didn't
dog.
make it past Vega usually.
9.
Right,
Dog.
nigga.
Dog.
Oh my god.
So I'm sure everybody knows this at this point, but just a little known Bison trivia. The character in Japan is named Vega,
Right.
and Bison in the whole problem is that Balrog was named Mike Bison in Japan, which is obviously
Mike Tyson.
a
Legal
lawsuit
issues.
waiting to happen. And who's the third one involved in this?
Who did they? What's the other swap?
Balrog. Because Vega was Balrog,
Yeah, right. Vega's real name is Balrog.
and then Vega is Bison.
Yes.
Bison is named Vega in Japan. So in order to remedy this in international competitive scenes, Bison, as we know him, is known as Dictator. Vega is known as Claw. It's Claw, right?
I've actually never heard of this
okay.
differentiation. This is kind of cool though.
And
Dictator.
and
Dictator.
and Balrog is known as Boxer. So
Okay.
like when you see him in like the professional like sets, you'll see them refer to each other as the announcers refer to them as Boxer, Boxer, Dictator, or Claw.
Okay. That's kind of
Because
smooth.
it
Just
would
keep
be-
keeping everything straight. for
Right,
all
because
the-
there's
all the
people in
viewers.
Japan that know Bison as Vega, and it would be super confusing.
Yeah.
So,
No, that makes sense.
That was an awesome
Well, actually,
history lesson there on the fighting games.
Yeah, that was dope.
Love it. Fighting games are so fun.
Next up, I got Heihachi.
Hey,
Heihachi Mishima.
So two villains in a row.
bro, Heihachi refuses to die, dog.
Dog, what a jerk.
Dog.
What a
He-
hard hitting.
Like, and I'm almost like, yo, like, is he dead now? Like, maybe. Like, I don't know.
No, there's no. Why would? There's no reason to think he's still dead. Like
Tekken has
all the
the
evidence suggests that
craziest
he's just gonna come
story.
back somehow.
Yeah. Like what did he do? He got blown up and spent like 2 weeks underground.
Yeah.
Dog.
I just came back like I'm pissed off. I'm
He
ready
got
to fight again.
technically I guess this wasn't canon, but he got sent into a fucking orbit on a rocket.
by Lee Chao La.
Yeah.
He Li Shaolin. He
Come on.
Heihachi is one of those guys who just his like hatred is like
Yeah.
It's like his life force.
Yeah.
Like I feel like if he ever got happy, he would like not be able to fight.
He would
anymore.
just croak.
Yeah.
What's weird though is I feel like they tried to retcon away some of his hatefulness. Like, when you get to Tekken 7, it's like, oh, I was doing all this stuff because of like duty, because I knew the devil.
Yeah. They
And
did
it's
try
like,
to. They did try to clean some of
Like,
that.
no, nigga, you threw your son off a cliff.
Yeah, bro.
You
like,
literally threw your kid off a cliff.
Right.
Come on.
And then you got mad when that nigga came back and threw your ass into a volcano.
Yeah, come on.
like-
Listen to these things. He's not dead, by the way.
Hey, speaking of which, I don't know if we talked about this, Doc, but have you seen the Tekken Retribution?
I watched a lot of it. I did not like the animation style.
Bro,
Yeah.
I hate that 3D animation, but
I agree.
I watched it.
Some of the rendering of some of the fighting moves were cool.
Yeah,
I
that's
like
what
that.
kept
Yeah,
that's what
me
kept
too.
me watching
Yeah,
it was the way they did the
One
fight.
specific thing I will point out about the animation, they all had this weird triangular shadow
Yes.
thing.
It was
like, what the
super
fuck is
fucking
that?
weird.
Bro,
Yeah, it was super weird.
Strange.
It's like, what is that, bro?
Also, there was an interesting hot take given by, I think it was by Heihachi, where Paul Phoenix was randomly given his flowers. Do you remember that scene? Did you see that scene where I think
Yeah.
Heihachi straight up says, like, if it wasn't, somebody straight up said, if it wasn't for the devil gene, Paul Phoenix would have flat out beat Kazuya.
Yeah. Yep.
How do you, as a Tekken veteran, what do you think about that?
I mean, I feel like that is, at least in the lore, that is kind of something that has been established as
Really?
far as like, because I
In Tekken
remember,
1, right?
I can't remember how, either Tekken 1 or Tekken 2, where it was like Paul beats Kazuya, but then like dips before he changes. to
Yeah,
the
I
devil.
remember that.
It's like,
Yep.
I won.
Yep. That was his ending, as a matter of fact. I remember that. Yeah.
And then I think in like Tekken 3, it was like he beat the ogre and then dipped, and then the ogre
True
transformed.
yeah.
Like, wait, where my man's at? I guess I'm gonna fight Jin. Yeah. Like, okay,
Oh
all right.
man.
Paul
But, like,
secretly the GOAT, except he's just an idiot.
Yeah, and you know what? As far as like them making that the lore, I can respect that. I'm like, he's a hard hitting ass white man. He brings a brick wall,
Bro.
to
Right.
a match,
And
to
then
smash
break
Just
it.
to break it, just to say, nigga, now what?
Yeah. I like,
man.
you know, Craig Marduk tried to like one up him by bringing a motherfucking SUV to the smash. Like, I don't know if you seen that. That's
Yeah.
one of his entrance
That's one of
poses.
the
He
one
just
of
come
his
in carrying
intros.
a fucking SUV.
Dog.
Like, what the hell?
A truck.
But
Is Craig Marduk black?
He
I'm not
strikes
sure.
me
I'm not
as-
sure if is he supposed to be black or
I
Brazilian.
think he's supposed to be
but
like
that's
a
just
Brazilian, like
black,
jujitsu,
too.
because he does jujitsu.
Okay.
He's like a jujitsu catch wrestler.
I feel like they keep, because when he first came out, and I think it was Tekken 4 was when he first introduced, or 5. Or
This is part 4.
4, okay.
Because I remember my homie Landon from Wayne State was cleaning me up with Craig Marduk. Shout out
Yeah.
to Landon.
I remember thinking, like, oh, that's a white guy. But, like, as he keeps... He just
He
keeps
keeps
getting
getting
browner.
darker.
You know what I'm saying? He keeps getting brown. Like, wait a minute. Are y'all trying to tell us something here? Like, what's going on?
yeah.
That's facts. So we got Bison, Heihachi,
Hachi, Akuma. Or Akuma, however you want to say it.
Yeah. Or, as they say in Japan, Goki.
Shush.
Shush.
Yeah, man. Like, he, you know.
Terrifying.
Yeah,
if you were a fan of Ryu and Ken, then to me it felt very natural to be like, oh shit, Akuma is that guy.
Murder Unk.
Yeah.
Murder Uncle.
Like he doing air fireballs. We hadn't
Bro,
seen
why
that
they put
before.
him on Tekken?
Teleporting.
Why they
Oh
put him on
yeah,
Tekken?
nah, he a
He's
problem
so
with Tekken.
annoying on Tekken.
No, that's a whole other
It's
conversation.
cheating.
Yeah, no, like
Because,
there's
bro, no, he doesn't move like Tekken people.
That's true. And
Yeah.
you're
He's-
not alone, bro. Like the entire Tekken community
Yes.
has still split on that to this
Bro,
day.
he
That's
doesn't
a whole
even
conversation.
move or behave like Tekken people. He moves in like a completely different frame rate. It's
You can do
it's
jump
stupid.
ins, bro.
Bro,
Yeah.
it's ridiculous.
That
Like
ain't
he don't
Tekken.
even.
You can do Hadoukens.
Yeah, like projectiles in Tekken. Like, come on, man. What are we doing? That
And
was-
you could do this shit, nigga. Tatsumaki Senpukyaku, goddamn.
And you know they try to say like, oh, like he's execution heavy. Everybody can't do that.
man,
But
shut up.
I feel like I'm only running into the people that can do
I'm,
that.
I'm,
when-
And
why am I
also-
only playing against the sweet
And,
people?
hold on, bro. Like execution heavy. We've all been doing these moves since we were 5 years old.
And guess what?
Right.
And guess what? They never change.
Right. Everybody
Yeah.
knows how to fucking do the Hadouken. We know how to do a Dragon Punch. We know how to
Bro.
do a Tatsumaki.
Yeah. Everybody.
Like, the execution is second nature
Bro.
to even the most casual player.
Yeah.
100%.
I feel, and low key, I feel a personal duty, like when I run across somebody who does not know how to throw a Hadouken, to be like, okay, we got to bust the sticks out.
No, it's a rite of passage. I remember I was in Mansfield, Ohio. I was 5 years old. My cousin Maurice, shout out to my cousin Maurice Carter, sat me down and showed me how to do a Hadouken because I was playing him in Street Fighter. I was just doing punches and kicks,
Struggling.
Bro.
and I won the first game. And then he was like, "All right, watch this, nigga." I was like, "What the fuck was that, dog?" Showed me how to do it. Game changed.
I tell you right now, bro. My daughter is 3 now. I had her watching compilation videos of Hadoukens
Let's go, dog.
from like age 0 to now, bro. Like if I was to go up to her and just do the Hadouken motion, she's gonna fall down, and she might throw one back and say Hadouken.
Right.
We don't play around.
I love
We throw Hadoukens.
it. I love it.
But yeah, Akuma, dog. The Raging Demon, dog.
Yeah.
That was the coldest shit, dog. That was the coldest shit ever when cats found out you
Scary.
could do that and what it looked like. Like that
Yeah.
shit was crazy. Like,
Scary.
so yeah, definitely Akuma. I got Ken on there, dog.
Hey.
America. Half America.
Yeah, that's right. Ken is in there, bro.
Ken.
Let's
Like,
go.
A little known
You know.
fact, not a natural blonde. That blonde is dyed.
I did not know that, bro.
His
Ken
his
Masters.
eyebrows are brown. That's his real eye color.
Okay.
Ken
Then
Masters.
it makes more sense that he had brown eyebrows now, because that always used to like fuck me up a little bit.
Half
Okay.
Japanese.
Let's
Let's
go.
go. Ken, of course, one half of the rivalry. Which automatically makes him important. I love the brotherhood aspect of that shared
Yeah,
story.
man.
Man,
Because
yes.
they never like had legitimate beef. It was always love
Yeah.
between them.
Sure
no,
was.
they come out, dap it up in all
Yeah,
the games.
hey,
and
dog.
shit. Like,
They always do, bro. It's always
saying?
mutual
Like,
respect,
yeah.
there, man.
like I'm trying to see where you at, bro. We, this ain't no malice in this. We sparring. You know what I'm saying? Even though we going full throttle, we still sparring,
Yep.
bro. I'm gonna pick you up off the ground after we
Right.
finish.
Best depiction of that was in Street Fighter 2, the movie, and how the headband, the red
That-
headband
that
that
movie-
that Ryu wears as Ken's headband.
That movie is so good.
So good, bro.
Yeah.
Hey, bro.
I don't think that gets
Like,
talked about enough as like an
it's
anime.
fantastic. It's a classic, bro.
That's the one that had the ill Ryu versus Fei Long fight.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yes,
Where he
dog.
breaks
That
his
fight,
arm.
that fight is hard. Yeah, dog.
Yeah, that
The
fight
way
is so
the way
hard.
they rendered him getting spun by, I think it was a hurricane.
Dog.
Dog, he
It
got
was so
wiped
dope.
out with that bitch.
Dog.
That
No.
movie
He
is
got-
really, really
But
good.
hold on, I think the worst beatdown in that movie was Violent Ken versus Ryu at the end,
Oh man.
where you
I
got.
gotta watch that part because I can't remember anything from that part. of the
So
movie.
you remember the plot point of Violent Ken, like him being brainwashed by?
Yeah, I do remember the plot point, but I can't remember anything
And
about
he
what
he
it
has
looked
to he has to fight against Ryu, and he's like not holding back because they really kind of give you a indication, at least at that stage, that Ken was clearly the better fighter, and that he had like held back quite a bit to like let Ryu catch up.
Right.
I mean, there's a flashback that firmly establishes that in the beginning of the movie, but like here's him again as an adult, and he's like not holding back and just absolutely beating the brakes off of Ryu, bro. Like had him up against a brick wall and was just fucking going
yeah,
in, bro.
He was beating the
Okay.
crap out of him.
I remember as a kid, like when when Street Fighter 2 came to home consoles, we didn't know me and my homies wanted to figure out which one of the which one of Ryu and Ken was stronger, and our stupid test was to like make them walk towards each other.
See who got
And
pushed back.
Yeah, whichever one got pushed away, like that was weird. I can't remember. I feel like Ken could push Ryu, but I can't remember if that's what would happen to me.
That's hilarious.
But like that is one of the ways we tried to decipher. Like, yeah, Ken is stronger than Ryu, or Ryu's stronger than Ken. Next, this is like each one has their own individual slot, but I got them right next to each other. Scorpion and Sub-Zero.
Hey.
You know what I'm saying? They definitely help with the proliferation of like ninja love.
Yes.
No doubt.
You know what I'm
dog.
saying?
Yes, absolutely.
Taking the torch from such properties as the American Ninja series. You know what I'm saying? To further, the ninja agenda in America.
Them movies were so fucking bad, bro.
They were, dog, but as a kid, that shit got me hype as hell.
Yeah,
on
no, that's
like
fact.
ninjas, dog.
I don't think I've seen all. I saw there's like 4 of them, isn't it?
There's 4. I know I've seen the first 2, which have Michael Dudikoff
Yes.
as the
Have you seen any of those
American ninja.
movies? This is
Dog.
weak as hell, dog.
they're weak, but I'm telling you, dog. I was like young when
The
them shits came
ninja
out.
agenda in America,
Dog,
dog.
one of the things that got me so hyped, it's in one of the movies, and it's totally biologically improbable and impossible. But like in one of those movies, he was going up against like some villains that had a team of evil ninjas. And I remember in the movie they described that like these ninjas had been modified such that they had like metal implants in their arms, like over their biceps and forearms, but like under the skin.
Bro.
And I thought that shit was so ill as a kid. Like, this shit is crazy. I love it.
How you gonna move your arm literally? at all?
Exactly. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, clearly.
But in child brain, that shit was like, oh, that's incredible. I
Right,
love
bro.
it. They're unstoppable. They got metal in their arms. This is great.
Hilarious. Shout out to Scorpion.
Yeah,
and
shouts out to Ninjas. Shouts out to taking like a pair of jeans and draping the fucking legs.
Oh my god. Over the front, yes,
over
bro.
the shoulders to make their costumes.
Yeah.
Because I definitely did that as a fucking kid.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? So, again, another iconic rivalry.
If theirs ain't nearly as friendly.
No,
Yeah.
not at all.
not with Baihan and
Yeah.
Scorpion, but with Kuei
Lang.
and Scorpion.
They
They make
I mean, even that relationship started off rocky.
Yeah, but they not like trying to kill each other all the time.
Baihan and
Yeah, I'm not super deep into Mortal Kombat lore, like the specifics.
Yeah,
Well, you
that's
know there
one
was-
thing.
As far as like where they taking it now.
Yeah,
But that's
it's
what's up.
wild, dog. Well, you know that there are 2 Sub-Zeros.
Yes. Because I
And-
remember which game did they switch? Like from
3.
2 to 3?
2 to 3, yeah. The original Sub-Zero died. He was killed by Scorpion and he becomes Noob Saibot.
Oh, I did not know that.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then his brother takes over. Is it his brother? Or is like descendant?
it's his brother. Well, I think it's his brother.
Okay. It's related to him and he takes over as
Descendant
Sub-Zero.
takes over him. Yeah.
And that's how they like justified him being a whole different design in Street Fighter 3 is because it was technically
Yeah, 'cause he was like maskless. And
Mortal
Yeah.
Kombat 3.
his
Yeah.
outfit was-
that nigga looked like an American
He
military.
looked white. They straight up made a white American guy.
Oh shit. So yeah, Scorpion and Sub-Zero. Next we got Chun-Li.
Hey,
Chun-Li, thick
Oh,
thighs, save
let's
lives,
go.
and they'll beat your ass.
Right. And they will extinguish your life as well.
Yeah, hell yeah. Like,
love it.
another classic character coming from she debuted in Street Fighter 2, right? Like
Yep.
she won in
I
Street Fighter 2.
believe so.
You're gonna Nav, you're gonna love her in Street Fighter 6 because she's entered her like Michelle Yeoh phase at this point.
Okay.
Hey, you know,
Didn't they give her like some stances? I feel like I read that.
Yeah,
I saw that somewhere.
but she's like canonically like almost 50 at this point, and like it's totally
So
like
now
yo,
she's hitting Queen Mother.
yeah,
status.
she's about to be a queen mother, and she also is just like totally unbothered with like she ain't got shit to prove. Just like she's just a karate like
Love
auntie, and
Let's go.
or
Love
just a
it.
kung fu auntie, and don't give a fuck about nothing else.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, I fucks with it.
And she like trains students and shit like that now.
Fire.
That's a nice story progression
Yeah.
to follow. Like, having her pass a torch.
Yep.
You know what? That is kind of ill. Like, I would like to see like some new characters that kind of come from the Chun-Li lineage, because if we dealing with Street Fighter, it's a whole lot of like Shotokans and you know what I'm saying. Like, let's get some Chun-Li.
No, the
descendants.
street-
That's kinda-
hold
that'd
on.
be kinda
Hey,
ill.
well, actually,
So technically, the line that they come from doesn't start with Chun-Li. It starts from Gin,
Oh, really? Okay.
who is implied to be friends with Chun-Li's grandfather or something like that, and like, and then from Jin there's the twins, Yun and Yang from Street Fighter 3.
Oh,
So they are all a part of the same kung fu family. It's not exactly the same, but it's similar.
Okay. Yeah. That makes sense. I think what I'm thinking about or wanting to see is like somebody that kind of like borrows from her.
From her
moveset.
specifically, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I feel like that would be a nice little touch, because everybody else done had like a student or
Yeah. No, that's fact.
or at least like a little parody character or some kind of like
bro,
acolyte where it's like, I want to be like you.
They even gave
like Sakura.
they even gave Guy, the black chick, Kimberly, is basically like a Guy disciple in Street Fighter
Straight
6. Yeah. the Byeonshin, whatever you call that style, the ninja style. So that's her. She's cold too. Apparently she's like top tier.
Okay.
I'm excited for Street Fighter 6, bro. That shit looks sweet.
No, me too.
Yeah, I'm definitely gonna
gonna
try it.
Gonna play it.
Yeah.
I'm definitely gonna try it. After Chun-Li, we got Guile, baby America.
Hey,
Let's
go, man.
Colonel William Guile, nigga.
Yeah.
Sonic Pura.
Right.
Hey
Sonic.
man, Guile, German suplex. We talked about that clean, tight back fist.
Right. German suplex with the bridge,
Oh
dog.
my goodness, yes.
The suplex where it's like he's coming ever so close to the ground, but never touching with the top of that crispy
clean.
fade. That crispy fade is not touching the ground,
Right.
but you got to get this close.
Right.
All the way on it.
I know it's not canon, but
Clean.
I don't care what nobody say, bro. That nigga's name is Colonel William Guile, dog.
Guile.
We making that canon now, dog.
Let's go.
Sonic Pura.
Let's go. Yeah, dog, I never was like a charge character player, but it's like, whenever you
Guile
would fight
got-
somebody that was good with a charge character, you had to
That
really
flash kick.
be on point.
Yeah.
Bro.
Shout out to my homie David Reeder. He was cold with Guile and Charlie, bro.
Let's
Oh,
go.
I love Charlie too.
go.
Yeah.
Charlie with the Go Tanks jacket on.
Yes, dog. That was the Go Tinks bomber jacket.
and the one-handed Sonic Boom, like bitch, I'm cold. I only
Right.
need one hand.
And then the downward Sonic,
Charlie Nash.
the downward somersault
That was
kick.
nasty.
Yeah.
Nasty. Charlie
Yeah.
Nash.
Yeah, bro.
Charlie
Man,
Nash,
there's
William
so
Guile.
many good Street Fighter characters.
Y'all remember when
man.
Street Fighter movie tried to make us think that nigga Nash was fucking Blanca? Remember that shit?
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, wrong one.
Now this one,
Oh, what number
Me-
is this? Number one.
this is 2.
2. Okay.
We had 2. Me, man, I'm basic, bro. I'm basic. Ryu.
Oh.
Ryu, dog. Hey, bro. Ryu has
man.
the thing about. Go ahead.
I think that Ryu is the most respected fighting game character
Sure.
because
Yeah, bro.
I never hear people talk bad about him. Like he's one of those characters that's like just very well accepted by everybody.
Sure,
like everybody
bro.
messes with Ryu.
And he's the most influential fighting game character by leaps and bounds. I don't think anybody comes close. Like every single fighting game has a Shoto.
Yeah.
Every single fighting game has a Ryu clone, essentially.
Mm-hmm. And the thing about it is, man, he's like, for a lot of people, he's their introduction into like learning a fighting game. You know what I mean? Especially if you came from the era like when those things were first being released. It's like, yo, this guy held my hand through all these trials and tribulations. You know what I'm saying?
That's how
Like
it was for me.
he
man.
might have been the first character that a person got good with. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, you gotta respect that. You gotta respect the nigga that's just out here like, I'm out here to fight people and get better. I don't care about shoes.
Karate.
I don't care about tailoring. I don't care about none of that shit. I got the unkempt hobo beard now.
Right,
Love
bro.
it.
You know what I'm saying? I'm about karate, dog. I like
That's it.
karate. I fuck with it, dog.
Yep.
Yeah, I
I
love
fuck with it. And shit. Number 1 to continue with the karate, baby. Kazuya Mishima.
Hey,
I've experienced Doc's Kazuya firsthand,
Wow.
Bruh.
and that nigga is
Kazuya.
not weak with that nigga at all.
He hits
He
like
could-
a truck.
He could do it. He could do a little something, man. He could do a little something.
Kazuya
I'm definitely
Mishima.
rusty. I dusted the stick off a little bit just recently with my homie, one of my longtime homies. Shout out to PX the Wordsmith, aka Charlie Mills.
Hey.
One of my oldest friends. He and I have like a rivalry. Basically, he is a law player. Primarily. So we have, we don't even count them, dog. We just have like sessions where we just go back to back, Kazuya versus Law. Just having fun,
Yep.
cracking the fuck up. Kazuya, bro, he got the devil gene.
He's a beast.
He got the coldest suits in the game, dog.
He do be like suited and booted randomly.
Dog.
for some reason.
Suited in purple suit. He got the cummerbunds.
Right.
He got spats on. He got fucking
the fucking
ascots and shit.
Right.
And it's like, stunting like your daddy, because Heihachi kind of did that shit too a little bit. He got some cold suits as well, but like the purple down, dog. from head to toe with the purple. Like,
Right.
come on, bro.
Prints me down, dog.
Dog.
Kazi
Purple
Yamashi,
rain, baby.
man.
Let's get it. Let's get it. Like
I love it.
you know what I'm
It's a good
saying?
pick.
The when they start putting like his transformations into the move list, it's like, okay, y'all crazy for this one. You know what I'm saying? You can transform into the devil out of a combo. Like I love it.
Yo, did you know that the devil was technically in Tekken 1 as an alternative skin for Kazuya?
Really? No, I didn't know.
not know.
Yeah, he looks bad, but it's
Was it like the same move
Well, it's
list?
like-
with
yeah,
just the
same
skin?
same move list, different skin. He wasn't even really purple. He was like white. It was weird. Doesn't look great, but he
Yeah.
technically exists.
I did not know that, bro. But like, you know, just all the like wave dashing, dog. Like that's so fun to do in the game. I mean, like all the Mishimos can do it, but like it's just so fun to wave dash. And he has like a special wave dash where he has this thing called like the mist
Misstep, yeah. I'm tripping. It actually was purple.
The devil.
Yeah.
Oh, straight up.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, but if he had the same move list, that ain't the real devil. we need them lasers.
Nah, he ain't got no lasers.
We need them lasers, baby. Dog, just the ill contortionist action of his like
Right, the
of
lower
his like
back.
waist region.
Bruh.
When
Like
he be doing that move.
Yes.
like dog, when you do the hit, like your body ain't supposed to move like that, dog. But he's doing it, dog, to trip you.
Yeah.
Shout out to Kazuya, man. That's a good list, man. I like it.
Thank you.
All right, man. Shout out to y'all for sending y'all. Listen, okay.
Yeah, I could say so much more, but I know it's a time limit.
Oh no, man, you good. You good.
Kazuya is my guy, dog.
That's what's up. I love the Tekken love on that list
Yeah.
there. I mean, is there Sonic 3 on this list?
You tell me.
I kind of feel like there is,
Oh shit.
but we're gonna see. We're gonna see.
Right.
We're gonna see.
I might make a spot for Knuckles.
Yeah, we gonna see. All right, man. Let's get those predictions, man. What you thinking over there?
I
man?
feel pretty confident about these. I think I'm gonna set the bar high. 4 out of 5. I'm betting
okay.
Ken Ryu, Scorpion, Sub-Zero.
Okay.
And then my wild card number 5, I think, is gonna be Eddie Gordo.
Oh, like it.
We'll see.
All right. So I'm gonna start off with 5 snubs
Okay.
that got votes but did not make the list. All right. These 5 snubs came close but did not make the list. Leroy Smith from Tekken.
My dog.
That's my guy.
I had a moment where I was super nasty with him too.
I love Leroy. Wing Chun, obviously.
That nigga
Yes,
Leroy, they had to nerf him because he was
Yes.
breaking the whole FCC. Niggas could not fuck with him, bro.
I'm talking about tournaments, mirror matches, Leroy Smith.
Yeah, it was like literally like 13 out of the top 16 were all Leroy.
versus Leroy Smith.
in a different costume.
Shout out to Leroy, man. Super dope.
One of the
addition to
coolest
Tekken.
like concepts for a character. ever.
100%. And
He will
like,
definitely be back in 8.
my
for
favorite
sure.
thing about Tekken is just like the accuracy of the styles and the arts that each character does. So he was a really, really dope addition. Another character snubbed, almost made the list. Kung Lao. Love Kung Lao, another dope character. And we got 3 Bruce Lee archetypes that did not make it. Liu Kang,
Weak.
Fei Long.
Weak. I love Fei Long.
Me too. And Martial Law.
Martial Law didn't make it?
All came close to making it. If you had to pick between those 3, who's your
Martial
favorite? Martial Law.
For me, it's,
I really love
it's
Fei Long,
Fei Long
bro.
for me, yeah.
I
He
love
would be
Martial-
my second. For
I
sure.
love Martial Law too. I really love Fei Long. It would be between those.
Fei
two.
Long is the one that's the truest to Bruce Lee, though, in my opinion.
Dang,
That's real.
man, I
No, that's
love
real.
Tekken.
Yeah.
Tekken. And I think this is interesting. The one who got the most votes that didn't make the list,
Hold on, tell us the game and let's see if we can guess it.
it's from a King of Fighters game.
Terry Bogard.
No.
Really?
Yeah.
Rock?
Nope.
Nigga, who else is there?
It's Kyo.
Oh,
Kusanagi.
yeah.
He
Yeah.
got the most votes that didn't make the top 10. I was so surprised to see him on so many lists.
Interesting, because I guess he's the main character, but I feel like Terry and Rock.
Well, Terry
like
is
they
comes
do.
from Fatal Fury, and then
And-
he comes over to King of Fighters.
Right, but
And then
what,
you got the whole storyline with him killing Geese and then
Right.
raising Rock.
but what doesn't it's King of Fighters is like a compilation game.
It is.
From-
of
it's Fatal Fury, Mark of the Wolves, and is there another one? Do you know?
I am not sure.
Yeah, I'm not
And Kyo is like the main character
Main
of one of those
character
games.
yeah.
But he's whatever. It's him and Iori.
Yeah.
The two.
The dude with the red hair.
Yeah.
They didn't start in King of Fighters.
I
I
don't
am
think
not
so. I
sure.
thought, or maybe King of
No,
Fighters.
I think King of Fighters is its own
is-
game,
right.
and then they
brought him
brung,
in. Yeah. You're right. Because
yeah.
you got like King, the kickboxer
The girl.
King. You got it's a whole bunch of interesting characters.
Kim is the Taekwondo guy. He's dope.
I thought he was from Garo Mark of the Wolves initially, or maybe he got introduced in King of Fighters and then
think
went
he's-
over to.
I think he was actually in Fatal Fury. I don't know. It's
Well,
a lot
or are
of-
you talking
think
about the sons are in Garo
yeah,
Mark of the
yeah,
Wolves?
Yes.
Yeah.
But yeah, some good characters there. Joe,
Joe
Joe
Higashi.
Muay Thai
Yeah,
kickboxer.
yeah.
Yeah, there's some good characters in those games. But all right, man, let's go. The Swordcast Definitive Top 10 Fighting Game Character List. Coming in at number 10. I'm going to see how y'all feel about this one. I feel like this might be a little Sonic 3E to me. But I could be wrong. I could be tripping. Raiden from Mortal Kombat. I remember Mortal Kombat. Them they used
Mortal Kombat 4. Yes. That was hilarious, bro. One of the
I
throws,
love the sprinting on there.
Yeah, bro. One of the throws the niggas literally say, "Come here, I'm gonna throw you over there." He literally says that, except he just says it super fast. Come here, I'm gonna throw you over there.
Oh my god!
It's literally what he says, bro. It's hilarious.
I feel like it on some level it's racist. That's what I feel in my bones right now in this moment.
Oh my goodness,
some level,
Mortal
that's a little
Kombat 4, dog. But we got Raiden coming in, and you know what? Let's not get confused with like the white Raiden that we got
Sure.
in the movies. Raiden's dope. He's
Because
a good character,
I
man.
would say that's okay, because if you look at Mortal Kombat, you obviously got Scorpion and Sub-Zero, and then the next tier down is probably Liu Kang and Raiden.
Yeah,
probably next.
no, you're right. That's facts. So shout out to Raiden. He is dope.
He didn't make my top 10, that's for sure.
Yeah, but still, he's dope. And I did like playing with him. He's got some tech. So
I never could figure out how to teleport, bro.
shout out to Raiden. The lightning clones were dope, and then you would like run into it and get electrocuted. Yeah, shout out to Raiden. Coming in at number 9. Sonic Pura.
Let's go.
Colonel, German suplex, flash kick, spinning back fist. The Guile's got it's Guile, by the way.
Right.
Shout out to Guile. I love Guile, man. Guile's got that kick where he just like flips upside down,
Yeah, the freedom kick, bro.
kicks
American
you,
kick.
and then he just like kind of chills for a second upside down.
Yep. For like a couple of frames.
Pause his time.
I think what he's doing is in some way showing respect to the flag by doing that. Like,
Or-
America.
Or just straight up like, no, I'm up here, and I'm upside down, nigga.
Shout out to Guile.
Take that in for a couple of frames,
Guile's
because it just
like-
happened.
You just know when Guile was like training, all he was doing was just like scrapping. He was probably like combat instructor, just beating up all the recruits.
You maggots, you guys don't know shit about fighting.
in front of a jet.
I'll tell you what. Shout out to Guile, man. Love him. One of my favorite fighting game characters. He's dope. I'm glad he made the list. Coming in at number 8. Some time for we got the first Tekken character.
Okay,
Eddie Gordo.
let's go. Hey, bro, I'm gaining confidence. I might go 5 for 5 for the first time, bro.
Oh shit.
Shout out to Eddie, man. I mean, come on. We're black kids. Everybody went through the Eddie phase.
Capoeira.
Everybody went through the Eddie phase. You could be frustrating to play against, even if you had no idea what you were doing.
Yes.
But
Best beginner character of all time in any
I
game ever.
believe so. That's such a great title. I agree. I would say Eddie is probably the greatest beginner
Yep.
fighting game character of all time.
We know technically, for the purposes of this, it's not a fighting game. But you know what might come close to that is fucking Little Mac and Smash Brothers, bro.
Oh, God, I hate Lil Mac.
Me too.
That dude be.
Oh, did we play some Smash and you played with Lil Mac? I think
I can't remember.
I think we might have played some Smash. But
I know. I remember setting it up at the crib one time, so that you and I know Kari might have played.
Yeah.
Or Rufio. I'm sorry.
Yeah, Rufio.
Can't stand Little Mac.
Government.
Sorry about that. But shout out to Eddie Gordo, man. Like you said, probably the best beginner character ever. And then when you actually like get good with him, and you he reminds me a lot of Maxie from Soul Calibur, because there is a rhythm that you have to kind of play.
No doubt.
Play with him, and Maxie's the same way in Soul Calibur. So is Xianghua. I love Xianghua from Soul Calibur.
Yeah,
that's the
she's
girl
dope.
with the Chinese sword. But yeah, man, Eddie Gordo, number 8. Coming in number 7. Let's go, Chun-Li, Street Fighter. Love it. Chun-Li, maybe the most iconic female fighting game character of all time.
I don't think it's close. I mean, who else would be her competition?
I don't think anybody. I think it's Chun-Li.
Sonya Blade, maybe. Probably Cammy
I
from her.
thought of that and didn't
Honestly,
because I was like, that
Cammy-
disrespectful.
Yeah.
Cammy's a good one. Same game.
Yeah.
But I think that's probably true. I think
And I bang with Cammy more than I would with Sonya Blade.
Me too.
Cammy's got she got some tech. I like
Shout out to
Cammy
my
too.
homie David Reeder. That was his main, is Cammy.
Cammy.
Cannon
Yeah.
Spike, bro. What a sweet name for a move,
That's
dog.
fire. Yeah. Shout out to Cammy. But Chun-Li coming in number 7. Coming in at number 6. Scorpion.
Yay.
Get over here.
Get down here.
He was stomping out Johnny
Bro,
Cage in the
Beating
Mortal Kombat
the dog shit out of
movie.
Johnny
he was
Cage.
stomping my man's out.
Jonathan Cage getting his ass whooped. Literally stomping that man out.
Oh man, shout out to Scorpion, man, my guy. I love
Hiroki Sanada.
so
Yeah.
much. He smashed that role as Scorpion in the newer Mortal Kombat movie.
That movie was sweet, bro. I don't care. I don't know what y'all was thinking.
I like that. I like the fight at the end was amazing.
Yeah, I mean, was it corny? Sure, but so is Mortal Kombat.
Yeah, we Mortal Kombat. Like you always say that analogy. It's just like some kid just dumped out his bag of toys and just started making up stuff.
Right, just started mashing them together.
No.
Like, all right,
Here's a ninja.
got a fucking New York City cop.
Here's a cop.
Right.
A
Got a
ninja.
Fucking centaur.
Here's a
No, that is a dope way to put it.
here's a
bro.
robot. Here's a actual reptile, because they just started making reptile look like a lizard. Oh man.
No, I never thought of it like that. That is a dope way to.
Here's a
characterize
crazy
Mortal
old
Kombat.
man that eats people's souls.
Right.
Just here's a
And by the way, here's Bruce Lee.
and also this guy's got a robot face that shoots a laser out of his eyeball.
Right.
Oh yeah, that's all kid brain ideas
Yep.
right here.
Uh-huh.
I love it.
So hey, shout out to Scorpion. All right, man, let's go. Trying to get in this top 5. Coming in at number 5.
Number 5.
Ken Masters.
Let's go. I'm
Ken makes the
a
top
little low
5.
for Ken, dog.
I think number 4 is a surprise.
Really?
I think
Okay.
number 4 is going to surprise you. But coming in at number 5, we got Ken Masters, Street Fighter. I know that's one of your favorite characters.
Hell yeah.
So
If you were black and you played Street Fighter, for some reason we had a connection to Ken. I don't know what that was about.
yep.
I don't know if
facts.
it's because he was fast and flashy.
He was fast. He
Yes.
was cool looking. He wore red. It was bright. But shout out to Ken, man. Definitely deserving to be in the top 5. I'm actually I think this is low. I was expecting Ken to maybe be in the top 3. I mean, obviously this is good, but I was expecting him to be in the top 3. But shout out to Ken. I think this one's a shocker. I love this one. This guy is high on my personal list. But coming in at number 4,
Wait, I think I can guess. Terry Bogard.
we got Terry Bogard coming in at number
Yeah.
4. Are you okay?
Yeah, it's a lot of people that show him love in our group.
Okay.
Basta. I love
Yeah.
Terry, man. Terry's my
Rising
Rising
Taco,
Taco, dog.
Taco.
Rising Taco.
Shout out to Terry. Such a dope character. Such
Power
a dope.
down.
Such a dope character. Such a dope look.
Yeah.
I love Terry, man. Capcom versus SNK, Mark of the Wolves. I love when he takes the hat off at Mark of the Wolves and he wears like the jacket, the winter jacket. But yeah, shout out to Terry, man. I used to love the Fatal Fury anime movie.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Back in the day. But yeah, man.
A lot of fan service with Mai in that.
Yeah, she did. She had some big boobs. But yeah, Terry, man, just come on, man. 90s tight jeans,
Trucker
martial
hat.
arts, tight jeans, gloves.
Right. He looked like he should be in like if there was a Roadhouse anime.
Hell yeah.
Oh man, shout out to Terry, man. Love him. He's one of my favorite characters. Coming in at number 3. We got Sub-Zero.
Let's go, bro.
Let's go. The ninja agenda in America. Shout out to Sub-Zero. I mean, I'm all for this. I love Sub-Zero too. It doesn't really matter. I don't think there's really a difference between the two characters' move sets, between Bai-Han and Kuei Lang. But I just know for a fact I just didn't like when they first did like the maskless.
I agree.
Sub-Zero. I didn't like that one. But Sub-Zero, obviously one of the most iconic characters of all time. I think what was crazy, bro, is on almost every list, Sub-Zero and Scorpion were like right after one another, or within like one or two. Most people had them together, and Sub-Zero was just higher on a lot of lists.
Shout out to like peak 90s names for both of those characters.
Yeah, man. Sub-Zero,
nigga. Scorpion, fucking absolute just hardcore like 90s badass, bro.
I love it. Like these like pro wrestling names.
Yeah, exactly.
Time to get into the top 2. The appropriate. I think this is an appropriate top 2. I'm not mad at it. Coming in number 2, Akuma.
Really?
Yes, a lot of people love Akuma, man.
That's my guy.
He was high on a lot of lists. Akuma was high on a lot of lists. He comes in at number 2, and with the most points coming in the number 1 spot, we just talked about this guy saying that he's the most iconic fighting game character of all time. He was with a lot of people at all these stages in your life. He like Doc said, he was probably maybe the guy that you first got good with on a fighting game. Maybe not as easy as like a Eddie Gordo to get good with, but definitely probably was the first guy that you played with and accidentally got good with him and picked him a lot. You know what I'm saying? And that is Ryu from Street Fighter. Street Fighter Third Strike, man. Just
is that your favorite version of him?
Yes, and I love the cover of that game too.
Yeah, man,
it's such a great cover.
Aesthetically, that is the prettiest Street Fighter by far.
I think opinion. It is the art, the
so
music,
good.
The soundtrack is incredible,
bro.
Yeah,
let's go, dog.
Street Fighter 3.
Hey, and that fucking the
character select music,
like that song is legitimately dope. Like it's not just hey, sort of, you know what I'm saying, casual or like ironically cool hip hop. No, like that nigga had bars, right? That nigga was spitting, and the beat was sweet. It was a flat out good ass song, bro.
Oh yeah, man! Shout out to
hey, bro, hold on, I got a super hot take, nigga. Is the select your character? What is the actual?
Oh no, Marvel vs. Capcom 2.
Oh no, not take you for a ride. I love that song too.
Take you for a ride.
But no, it's hotter than that. It's hotter than that. Is I think it's called First Pick. I don't forget the name of the actual song, but whatever. Does that song have one of the greatest hip hop hooks of all time?
Oh yes.
Dog.
And this is including like all music,
including like nigga Jay-Z and
yes.
Nas. Like that hook is one of the best hooks ever, bro.
And it like jazzes you up to like
Hell
select your
yeah,
character.
bro.
you know
I'll
what
never
I'm saying?
forget.
Like,
I'll never forget. Like when I was first of all, I'm gonna go home and play Third Strike. But when I was a kid and we got Street Fighter Third Strike on the Dreamcast, like I specifically remember finally ripping ripping the plastic off, putting it in, getting to the character select screen, and literally just being like,
hey, let's go.
"Come on now."
That shit is sweet as fuck, bro.
9876. Next kid. 5, 4,
It's on the
3, 2,
nose
1.
as far as like how it fits. Like
Yeah.
I'm selecting my character.
Right, nigga.
It's it's
Select
He
to
is
make your
rapping
first
about it.
pick, nigga.
Right.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6. Dog. Like, come on, bro.
Come on, man.
Choose and select the
Fire.
best one, goddammit.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Nigga, come on.
Just fire.
We trying to scrap, dog.
Yeah.
Shout out to Street Fighter Third Strike, man. Hey, man, you know
Such a
what?
great game.
In the near future, we're going to have to do definitive top 10 fighting games. And
I'm with it.
when we do that, you know what we should do is we should not outlaw the number of entries from a series so we
Agreed.
can really see
Fuck yeah.
like what game
What series
is
dominant?
out here
Yeah.
dominating, you know what I'm saying? So we got to do that. But that's the top 10, man. I'm not mad at it.
Yeah.
Number 10, we got Raiden. Number 9, Guile. Number 8, Eddie Gordo. Number 7, Chun-Li. Number 6, Scorpion. Number 5, Ken from Street Fighter. Number 4, Terry Bogard. Number 3, Sub-Zero. Number 2, Akuma. And number 1, Ryu. Let's see here. We got 1, 2, 3. We got 3 Mortal Kombat characters. We got 1 Tekken character. We got Street Fighter ate this up. We got 1, 2,
Be 6, right?
3, 4, 5 Street Fighter characters, and then Terry was
that's right, I forgot about it.
the outlier from.
Hey, bro,
Fatal
first
Fury
time
and
ever,
King of
bro.
Fighters.
Went 5 for 5 on my.
Hey,
on my
let's
predictions.
go.
That was kind of easy though. I kind of. It ain't that many to choose from. You know what I'm saying?
Word.
So
Hey, man, love it. Nice. Hey, man, shout out to the guest.
yeah, bro.
The homie Doc Illingsworth. I'm telling y'all, please
Thanks again for having
me.
look this man up.
Where can we find you? Where can we find your stuff?
I'm at Illingsworth on everything. I just recently produced some songs on Open Mike Eagles' album,
Let's go.
a tape called Component System with the auto reverse. I got like 3 tracks on there I produced. Just previous to this, did a project with Homeboy Sandman called There in
Woo!
Spirit. That's
Shout out to
on
Homeboy
Mellow
Sandman.
Music Group. Yeah, go check those things out and hit me up on the social
Wait.
media.
Say that again. What'd you do with Homeboy Sandman?
There's a I guess you would call it EP length, but it's called There in Spirit.
Okay.
I did all the beats on that.
That's out right now?
Yeah, that's out. That's been out since the summer, I think.
Hey, bro, we try to tell y'all, bro. Like Doc ain't out here just fucking around. Like this nigga is a professional music producer.
Hey, low key,
So,
I
you know-
might have a remix coming of a Hannibal Buress song, SU Tune.
Dog, come on, dog.
Shout out SU Tune.
Let's go.
So Homeboy Sandman, that's my guy.
Word up. Yeah, he's a good dude.
And
man.
he's
Real
one of
good
my
dude.
favorite rappers.
Yes.
I
He
did
can
not
really
know.
fucking rap.
He's
Same.
dope. I did not know that you had this project. I'm definitely gonna listen to
Let's
it
go.
ASAP.
Yeah,
But yeah, that's amazing. Shout out to Homeboy Sandman as well.
Absolutely.
He's another guy I respect on the
Yeah.
mic. He's
Great-
very
incredible
very
musician,
very
incredible human.
good dude too, man. He texts me every now and then. He's a good guy.
Where's he from? Like Seattle,
New York.
Yeah,
he's from
I
New York?
believe it's Queens specifically.
Oh.
I believe.
I've tried to link up with him, but every time I'm in New York, he is not there.
Yeah,
But we
he's a
talk.
traveler.
We do talk. But he's really dope. So I'm actually super excited to check this out. I feel like that should be some amazing stuff.
Yeah,
but-
I think you'll enjoy what he brought to it because he's, as usual, he's killing
Yeah,
it on
he's
the lyrics.
he's an amazing writer. But man, thank y'all for listening. Shout out to y'all. Shout out to Doc Illingsworth. Please follow
Thank you
this
for having
man.
me.
Check out his music. Super talented, also hilarious on social media. Check him out.
Such a good follow on Twitter, bro. Yo, actually, I meant that before we get out of here. Can you please give me your take on what the fuck is going on with Twitter right now, dog?
Man, I don't know, man. My whole Twitter usage has kind of dwindled. I'm more of a Instagram person. I
Okay.
feel like now, but it's weird, man. That whole like buying the blue checks and people like immediately impersonating everyone. I'm like,
it's like everything is on fire right now on
Yeah.
Twitter.
Humans are so weird.
So fucking weird, man.
Cause it's like, so I already have a blue check. Do I have to like?
No,
Oh, okay.
no.
I think it's just weird.
But it's
as
just
far as-
weird that people immediately started impersonating people. Like
Yeah.
no, like just off rip.
Dog.
Like what y'all? Why? What go do something?
on this thing that we've come to depend on to
Bro.
a certain degree as
Like-
like a source of like verified
Information,
correspondence from
bro.
certain
Right,
people
credible
via this
information.
blue check, and now it's just
And
like,
now
oh, I
it's-
can cop one.
Yeah, bro. It's just.
It's kind of though like,
Remember, I told you, clout chasing
Yes.
is the number one.
but also like,
You know what I'm
fuck,
saying?
but also Elon Musk like needs to take this L, bro. Like this
Yeah.
was a stupid decision, and here's how it's working out for you.
He won't
Yeah.
Poorly.
He won't because billionaires duck accountability.
True.
Capitalism, yeah.
Right.
All right, y'all. Peace.